Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, Week 14 Sunday, live, updated spreads, DraftKings picks, injuries, updated rankings, and then towards the end of the hour, into the new hour, that would be 11 a.m. Eastern Time, your viewer questions. If you're out there right now, don't be afraid to smash the like button. It goes a long way. Garion Thorne is here too. We both saw movies yesterday. I was not inspired by the garb of the movie I saw, The Favorite, but you were with your, that's like a hat. If there was a Mr. Rogers hoodie, if there ever was one, that is it.
Well, his zip up in the front. Mine don't.
I'm saying that's a hoodie.
I guess that's true.
He's wearing cardigans.
Yeah.
Only one person can really just wear, if we're going to have certain guests on the show, it's a limit to one cardigan per show. And you know Tim is at his house wearing a cardigan right now.
That's true. Well, it matches so well with his Jumbo Jets hat.
Jumbo Jets hat, cardigan, no shirt on underneath, and basketball shorts. That's Tim's look right now. I guarantee you.
It's a Sunday.
If you want to hit the rankings, they're all updated to right now in the comment section of the show. They're updated on DK Playbook and in the description. And if you miss any part of the show, you can catch it on demand on the audio feeds at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. No viewer questions in there. That's when we're going to be doing the viewer questions, but it'd be weird to listen to a podcast and have viewer questions, and that was like delaying it from coming out.
Yeah.
This way you can go to the gym and not worry about it.
Maybe people just like the sound of your voice.
I don't know.
Maybe.
People really comment that they don't like the sound of my voice.
Oh, well, then we have definitive proof otherwise.
It's so unique that people are like, man, this show's weird.
You're such a snowflake of a voice.
A little bit, yes.
Interesting.
I am.
Okay.
So should we go over some injuries or should we bring in the guest?
Maybe let's do the important injury stuff
All
before
right,
we
so we'll
bring
get
Tim
the
in.
important injury stuff out of the way before we get to the absolute nonsense here. So the big ones coming into today, I guess Beckham is out.
Yep.
We'll wait for Tim with Odell Beckham. I just think Sterling Shepard's kind of the play, bump up Evan Ingram, the rest of the guys. Are you really going to play Russell Shepard?
No.
Corey Coleman?
No, I'm not even probably going to look to get too much exposure. I would say that if you're going to try to attack it, Sterling Shepard's the guy, but
Just use Barkley.
yeah,
I know it's expensive,
exactly.
but
That's
just use Barkley.
probably what's going to happen.
The expected wind in the Tampa Bay and New Orleans game doesn't look like it's going to hit Tampa. I mean, the weather could change, but it looks like that's going to be fine. It's cold in Buffalo. It's cold in Kansas City.
Shocking.
It's bad. The players might freeze to death on the field, I heard. Can't play them.
Wow.
Don't worry
Interesting.
about that. And T.Y. Hilton, Michael Gallup, Doug Martin, Isaiah Crowell, and Darius Slay are all expected to play. Kiki Cutie is going to be a game-time call, and Odell Beckham is not going to play. The players that have already been ruled out, Matt Breida, James Conner, Melvin Gordon, and Garion Johnson. It does look like Melvin Gordon will return for Thursday Night Football to take on the Chiefs. At least that's on the table. Evan Ingram will play. Jeff Swayman, Mo Ali Cox are out at tight end and at receiver. I have it pulled up twice here. Pierre Garçon is not playing.
Yes.
Marquise Goodwin is back. He will end up playing. Who do you think that hurts the most, Bourne or Pettis? Pettis, right?
It probably hurts Pettis the most. But I mean, I don't think it's a situation worth exploiting anyway. You had your nice 2-week run with Pettis. If you played him, you played
really
him.
did.
I really did.
Odell, Garçon, Deshaun Jackson all out, and Christian Kirk broke his foot. He's not playing. And Chad Williams may or may not be back. You mentioned like Arizona might be starting Kendall Wright.
Yeah, they signed Kendall Wright last week. He was inactive in week 13, but I don't know what would be stopping him from being active for week 14. Not in the player pool for DraftKings, which really says all you need to know about that situation aside from Larry Fitzgerald.
What do you do with, does that bump Fitz to the outside, or are they going to play Kendall Wright on the outside? Or do they just play only players in the slot?
That's probably why he wasn't active. I have no idea what they do there. I would hope they keep Larry fixed in the slot. I don't want to see any Larry Darius Slay overlap.
What? Why not?
But
That's a matchup he can win, right?
well, he's not going to beat him down the field. I guess if you get it to his hands, he's going to catch it. I don't know. I know you have a lot of Larry Fitzgerald today.
I scaled back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little more hesitant to take advantage of that spot.
I just think Detroit's defense is bad.
Sure, I think it's
And
not a
he's
great
the
defense.
only guy there.
They've only completed 32 passes the last 3 weeks.
Like I mentioned, only to Larry Fitzgerald. The only passes they're going to
Not even really true, though.
No, but this week, no Christian Kirk. Just take him out of the picture. Probably no Chad Williams either.
Well, they're not throwing it to David Johnson anymore.
It's
so
the only guy. It's going to be him and Chase Edmonds and Jermaine Gresham. That's it for Arizona.
Yeah.
Whew. What an offense. Anyway, let's bring in the third member of the show. Usually the fourth member of the show, but he is the third member of the show because the coin is still on vacation. Doesn't work Sundays. Part of his rider. Can't do it. Anyway, please welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Undergust.
Tim Undergust.
not my name.
Heard it was.
No, you're telling lies.
So let's go right away, Tim. What do you make of this Odell Beckham situation?
I don't mind Sterling Shepard. I don't have much time for Russell Shepard, and I do like Barkley and Ingram quite a bit.
Do you worry that this Ingram thing, obviously he's missed the past few weeks with the hamstring injury, but he wasn't really playing before that?
Yeah.
Do you think it just goes back to that, or do they now need someone in the passing game? Like, would he just... Is there a chance that they can still play their jumbo sets with Rhett Ellison and that other dude and just play Ingram at receiver?
I mean, they've had no problem throwing to Ellison the last couple of weeks. I think that they would probably think they need offensive line help more than they need a pass-catching option at tight end, and maybe he goes from 17 snaps to 25 snaps or something like that, but I don't think he's cresting 50. So
No, I think it helps Barkley more than anybody else.
Yeah.
The lack.
I would actually tend to agree. I think it's just it not necessarily helps him because you lose that element of verticality in your offense, but I think it really improves his catch floor.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about someone who's only once scored less than 20 DK points. So there's only, like you're saying, there's really only so much better you can get from a volume perspective.
No, but you can. Because, I mean, if you woke up and just looked at the box score after the game, it's like, oh, Barkley touched the ball 37 times. That's on the table for him today.
Absolutely, it is. In a game which I think is going to be very, very close and fought hard, I do definitely think that he could be in line for 37 to 40 touches for sure.
Well, you
So
think the
pretty
entire
much has
second
to.
half he's just
Pretty
going to
much
be...
has to if
yeah.
the Giants are going to win, I think.
I mean, the Giants are... Is that game still at 3.5?
Yes. Now, I picked the Giants, but I can totally see this game going the other way, too.
It's actually dropped to 3 now. I guess Beckham's worth a half point.
He makes about well, he's worth a half point when it's through a key number. If this game was at like 5.5, he probably would move it to like 3.5.
Nah, see, I don't think so. I mean, usually if like the only players that really affect numbers at all are quarterbacks, but he's like half a quarterback for the Giants, so
That is true.
He's got a rocket arm.
he has the best arm on the team.
He's only like 2 touchdown passes behind Eli. So good news.
So
Good news, everyone.
let's do some questions here. Remember to smash that like button. Helps out in a big way. All right, first one, we're going to do 5. We're at 47 likes right now. We get to 75 likes. We'll add on 5 more before actually starting the show. And then if we get to 100, we'll add on 5 more to that and continue and continue. I will say that there is a giveaway for 20 DK dollars for any one of you watching out there right now if you spread the love of this by retweeting it, or just retweet out the Periscope version of this on Twitter, or share this on Facebook, and then leave your DraftKings handle either as a reply or as a comment below the video. Boom, you're in a draw for 20 DK dollars. I'll be re-upping this again around the midpoint of the show, but please go do that right now. First question comes from Dustin. Zay Jones or Anthony Miller? Let's go Zay Day.
I would say Zay Jones, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a tough
I think
matchup in the
I don't
slot.
think it's particularly close.
You don't think it's close?
Between those two, I would definitely play Zay.
That's fair. I think
think
it's
it's
closer
close.
than he's letting on, but yeah, I think I would definitively go Zay.
Let's not pretend Zay Jones isn't a candidate to score 0 points.
No, definitely true. And I will say this is a stat greatly impacted by small volume, but does lead the league in team percentage of target share inside the 10-yard line.
And they just got rid of 2 receivers.
Yeah. So
I mean, the risk is that
think.
Tremaine Johnson will shut him down, right? As Tremaine Johnson did last year, took a pick to the house. Tremaine really showed that he really is an upper crust type of cornerback in the league last week. And he could take Jones out, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'd be more afraid of Nickel Roby Coleman, to be honest, with the Miller matchup. But yeah, Zay Jones.
Rashad asks, Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones, or Pettis? I think Zay Jones there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. It's very close to him and Ridley, but I would take Jones.
Matt Ryan's deep ball numbers outside have not been great the last couple seasons. So you'd think that kind of caps the ceiling that Ridley always brings to the table.
Which D? Dallas, Denver, or Nala?
Broncos.
What's that? Broncos?
Broncos.
Yeah, I would say in a season long, you're just going to play the Broncos.
Yeah, it's the Broncos. If it was DraftKings, it's the Saints.
Yeah.
Because they're cheaper and they attack.
Yeah, I tend to just not want to pay up for the top price defense. But yeah, in a season long league, just play the Broncos. You picked them up for a reason.
Anthony Miller, Taylor Gabriel, Mike Williams, Chris Conley. Pick one. Ooh, I'll take Miller there.
I'll take Conley there, I guess.
No, I don't want Conley in that matchup. I'll take, Miller. Ugh.
These are just questions about Sanchez and Sanchez. That's fun.
I don't want to talk about either of those guys, so let's move on.
You said that Safe Space Sam is going to have a great day today.
I think that Super Bowl Sam is going to take advantage of the second best defense in football and silence the critics. But if we lose, there's an article today I read that if we lose the rest of our games, a good chance we'll have the first pick in the draft. And we can have a good
No. You can't give yourself an out like that. You can't make a claim that he's going to be good and then say, "Oh, but if they lose, I'll be fine too."
35.
Well, it's just like when Darnold was injured and he wasn't playing. I guess he wasn't playing.
Yeah,
so that doesn't need quotes. But injured does need quotes. And Tim's like, "Oh yeah, he wasn't faking an injury." Although they basically came out and said he was faking an injury.
That is not what they said.
That's
just how you choose to interpret it for your own private, personal joy.
But just because you think a mental issue like being sad isn't an injury doesn't mean it's not actually an injury.
Bitter as you want. I don't care. You're upset. We have the best quarterback in the division. I don't care.
He almost said the league. He stumbled on the league.
I stopped myself. This is not 2021 yet. I can't say that yet.
I mean, he's going to be a brisk 14 years old then. He'll have another 7 years. He's only 17.
Oh,
Fine.
but he has that kid from Sixth Sense. What was his name? Haley Joel Osment?
Yes.
Whatever.
Okay.
If Safe Space Sam is only 10 years old, he's got that kid's wide face. Man, that guy's face is wide. It really helps see the emotions.
I'm trying to find it. Someone sent me a breaking news report, but now everyone is rightfully retweeting the show. So
that's good.
It's filling up, as Tim would call it, my menchies. But let's find it here. Breaking news. Jets quarterback Sanchez out. Not safe for Millennial today versus Buffalo Bills. Too cold to be on the sidelines. And his support peacock cannot be with him because it would die in the frigid weather, so he could be out. Does that change your opinion on this game at all, Tim?
I read that nonsense tweet earlier. I have no respect. Listen, Buffalo's got a really good defense. I think Sam's going to play great. He's going to go up and down the field with them. And I think we're going to get a win. But if we don't, it's okay because it gives us a better chance to get the good Bosa.
Landry or Cooper? Cooper.
Oh, Cooper. Cooper's almost a must play this week in DK, I think.
Standard League. Should I start Russell or Jeff? I think that's Russell Wilson or
Goff.
Yeah,
Probably Goff.
yeah, but it's spelled like Geoff.
Maybe this week you're playing Wilson.
Yeah, you're playing Wilson.
Yeah, Russ is fine.
Geoff.
It's got to be Goff.
Okay, I guess so. Let's see. Marlon Mack, Tevin Coleman, or Jeff Wilson Jr. in a PPR flex spot. I'll play Jeff Wilson Jr.
I think it's Jeff Wilson.
I'll play Mac.
Jeff Wilson's so good.
Doesn't seem like a Mac game this
Doesn't.
week.
Against a
seems
really
like
good run defense?
Seems like a game where, I don't know, probably Andrew Luck throws the ball 52 times.
Robert Woods or T.Y.
I
Hilton?
hate the pick I made in that game.
Robert Woods or T.Y. Hilton.
I'll take Hilton. I think he's going to play, so.
Yeah,
I
if you think
Hilton
he's going to
plays,
play,
Hilton
just go with
plays
Hilton.
well.
That's fine.
Okay. Need a defense. Chiefs, Lions, Saints, Dallas. I'll take Saints.
I'll take the Lions there in a season long.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think they're going to shut down Baltimore today.
Godwin or Sutton? I'll take Godwin. I don't think necessarily the Chiefs are going to shut down Tampa. I just think they're going to play Jameis with 45 passes coming at them.
Yeah, I just think if you're trusting an offense, it's a lot easier to trust the pieces of Tampa's offense, which has almost never not been good.
Oh, yeah. Godwin is great. Go with Godwin. He's the best.
They don't own Humphreys. He wasn't part of the conversation, Tim.
I never brought him up.
He's very triggered by Godwin.
know.
Is Godwin your least favorite player in fantasy?
Oh, God, no.
Who is? Besides
Least.
Ingram. Ingram's out of the conversation.
I mean, Jared Cook is right there. MVS is on my nerves, too. That guy's just MVS and Uzama are probably the two I like the least right now.
Are you allowed to say Le'Veon?
Well, what can I do?
You can't say that because he's going to be the Jets running back next year.
True.
That's what I get for pretending like holdouts don't matter. I will never, ever, ever, ever draft a player.
We really do have to spend the next 6 months trying to get him to say just terrible things about Le'Veon Bell so that he has to 180 when they sign him.
The best part is, for longtime viewers of the show, that 2 years ago, Tim wouldn't rank Bell inside the top 5 of overall players because he was dealing with the holdout issue, and that it didn't make a difference. Then this year, Tim took Bell number 1 in our league.
I was as usual in this world. I was ahead of the curve,
and finished with the best possible record you can have in a dynasty or a keeper format. You went 6-7, didn't you, Tim?
Oh, just don't remind me.
You went 6-7.
Couldn't even be bad enough to get a good draft pick.
I put on my bench for the whole year the best season Mahomes is ever going to have.
All right.
I really had a great year.
Let's see. This guy just asked, anyone else on bye in Yahoo Fantasy?
Yeah, I am. I'm on consolation bye. Thanks, son.
Number 1 seed in the consolation.
There you go.
We actually don't have a consolation bracket.
We do, but
do we really? It was supposed to be banned. I thought I got rid of it.
I wish I had played Derrick Henry.
Yeah, seriously. Winston or Rivers? I'll take Rivers. You know what?
I'll take Winston.
It's
Rivers
the
usually
playoff. It's the
he's
start of
great.
the fantasy playoffs, so I expect Rivers not to show up. So like in usual playoffs, so I will take Winston.
He's usually capped at like 27 passes.
Vance McDonald or Njoku? I'll take Njoku.
I'll take Njoku. I'll give him another
Agreed.
chance.
Tevin Coleman or Chris Carson with the finger injury. I'll take Chris Carson. Doug Baldwin is iffy for that game, by the way.
Yeah,
think he
just
played.
take your 15 points with Carson.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Goff, Trubisky, Allen. Sit one. I'll sit Goff.
I will sit Goff.
Yeah.
Tim, this is going to be your favorite question of all time. It's a real question. No, it's a real question, and this is how right you've been. You get credit for this one. Sony Michel or Hump Daddy, half point PPR.
Wow, what a great question. I'm going to take Sony Michel.
I'll take Sony Michel.
Yeah, it
as
is
well.
Sony Michel.
Would you go Deshaun Hamilton or Marquise Goodwin?
Oh,
I think I'd play Goodwin.
Good one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, people are kind of buying a bit much of this Deshaun Hamilton going to go off this week. Like, let's be real.
I don't even know
he
if
played
it's so
81%
much-
of the snaps last week and didn't do anything.
Yeah, but I would still say, I mean, you asked me right off the top about the Pettis thing. Yes, Pettis is hurt by Goodwin being back, but Goodwin is also hurt by... I think they could maybe split snaps.
Okay.
And Goodwin doesn't have a whole lot of value aside from the fact that when he's healthy, he seems to play like 95% of them. I'll take Hamilton.
Cortland Sutton or Spencer Ware? I'll take Spencer Ware.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ware as well.
Yeah, I'll take Ware.
Is Sproles worth a GPP flyer? I don't think so. Not prime time this week.
I was going to say, the game's not in prime time. The answer is no.
He's one of those kind of specialty players where if they're on a showdown slate, which happens to coincide with prime time,
No, absolutely.
that's when he comes into play. But his role is never going to be big enough.
And
Dallas should smother them today. I don't think getting to 17 points is a live option for the Eagles. So I don't
possible.
think that Sproles going to get there.
Watson or Lamar Jackson? Deshaun.
Oh, yeah,
Deshaun.
Watson, to be sure.
Wilson or Rivers? Wilson.
Just had that question. Wilson.
It's from someone different. Winston or Rodgers? Rodgers.
I'm going to Winston.
Yes,
You're
Rodgers.
going to go Winston?
Yep.
Really? Josh Adams or Justin Jackson?
Josh Adams. Like them both. I got
Yeah.
ridiculed for talking about Justin Jackson last week, but he was really good.
Like Jackson, I know
He
Jake
didn't
likes
touch the ball till the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But does that matter?
No,
For fantasy
but
purposes?
you're kind of trying to double up on this. If he hadn't done anything,
Well,
you'd be like, oh, well, he
because
didn't
the
even play.
Chargers were down the whole game until the fourth quarter.
Tom Brady or Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott.
Dak. Yeah.
Tom in a big way.
I like Tom here. Cortland Sutton or Jalen Samuels? PPR. Jalen Samuels.
Jalen Samuels.
Yeah, agreed.
Landry or Gio Bernard? I'll take
Landry.
the starting wide receiver over
Yes.
the backup
Yeah.
running back. Mahomes or Trubisky?
Mahomes. Yeah, just play Mahomes.
Mahomes. Like I mentioned on the ranking show, if you are not starting Patrick Mahomes this week, I know it's cold. I know it's the Ravens defense. He's the reason you probably are in the playoffs right now. If you don't want to play him, be a good person, drop him so someone else can play him.
Yeah, the only quarterback you could ever play ahead of him this week is Breeze, and you'd never have them both.
And you still wouldn't play Breeze.
Even if you're
over him.
if the reason
this
you're
week I
not
probably-
playing Mahomes is you're concerned about the weather, and then you play Drew Brees, who could possibly be playing in like a monsoon, then
this
yeah,
was a little rainy.
your logic on that is a little bit off.
I get you.
We're only at 116 likes, so I guess we have one more question left, unless we can crack that 25 benchmark here. Matt Ryan or Baker Mayfield?
Matt Ryan.
I'll take Matt Ryan.
Matt
That's
Ryan.
really close, though.
It is.
I like Baker this week.
What a real lack of banning in the first few minutes of the show.
We don't normally ban right off the hop. I just skip those off the hop because I
People love it.
I didn't read the rules. Okay, you want me to? Do you want? I'll give you one ban right now, Tim. Look at the chat. You can ban randomly one of these people.
Well, here
for life.
you should give him something, Tim. If you
No,
don't
I-
ban
I
someone
like to
right
hold my
now,
bans.
okay.
If you don't ban anyone right now, you don't get any later.
I'll just ban somebody. I haven't got the chat up.
This person just said they just said it on NFL Network. TY is playing. Actually, that's helpful news.
Okay.
All right, you go through the chat.
So you didn't.
Screw
You
it.
didn't retweet the chat, so I can't find it.
It's on YouTube.
I couldn't.
Do you know how
find
to
it.
use the YouTube? Are you out of YouTubes? Can't use it? Good God, man. Let's get into the games. All right. First one up. Falcons. Triggered. Being a
I'm
coward.
not a coward. You know what? You go ahead and put that up. It doesn't bother me. I made a tough.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like you're not bothered.
Not bothered at all. I'm not bothered by things.
Let's recap, actually, before we get into the games, last week's personal DraftKings contest that we do. Tim riding high after 2 consecutive wins.
Yeah.
Right, like smashing the field. Tim, very smart. He knows to use Adam Humphries and Christian McCaffrey every week. He just wins.
And Barber. Those three are the staples of all three of my victories.
Is he going to be in your lineup again this week?
I am going back to the old faithfuls.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
So last week, Garion Thorne, you actually would have won money in like.
I looked
you were one player away from like being near the top of like legit tournaments.
Yeah, I looked this up.
And the week before, he nearly chased me down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but
last week I really ran away
points.
from the field, and I did have to think about it for a moment around 6:30. Like, what if I had put this in the millie? And it would have got me like $300, something like that. It wouldn't have been crazy, but I was one player away.
You were one player away because someone really let you down, had like no points. But you had Pettis.
Yeah.
You had Pettis and Kelsey and all the other good players.
And Mahomes. It's a really nice feeling sitting there in a GPP already having 100
Dustin
points.
Hederick, please.
Oh.
Why?
Because he just said something mean about Peyton Barber.
All right. Sorry, Dustin. You're banned for life.
Like, that guy has won me a bunch of money this year. What's wrong with you people? Peyton Barber, sneakily the last few weeks, has been a fantasy gold mine. Like, people don't like to play him because he was awful to start the season. But in the month of November and now into December, he's been a perfectly good player. And I think that is more likely to continue than not.
Oh, would you rather the Jets sign Peyton Barber, who is also a UFA this year?
I think Tampa's got a really good chance of winning today. And I think Barber's going to have...
It's not what I asked you.
All right.
I know what you said. I didn't want to answer that question. I chose to answer a different.
First game up, Falcons at Green Bay. This line has dropped from 5.5 to 3.5. Calvin Ridley's dealing with a bunch of issues. He has both an elbow and I believe it's elbow and forearm. Like it's all on the same arm.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good. And he's been so boomer bust. Watch this be the game. He breaks out one of those 200-yard performances. It's 50 now is the over-under. Apparently it's going to be cold in Green Bay as well. That's never good.
Go on.
Can't be cold. I know. I'm shocked too. It's like when people mentioned that it was going to be cold in Buffalo today. No. Never heard of it being cold in Buffalo.
News to me.
Who do you not start in this game? You start your regular Packers, Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and Adams.
Yeah.
And then Julio.
I'd say Hooper's on the edge for me.
Hooper's a top 10 tight end.
Yeah. But
Like if it was Hooper Ingram, you'd play Hooper, wouldn't you?
I don't know. That's like the one thing Green Bay's defense does well. And I think tight ends have only been targeted on like 10% of routes the past 5 weeks against Green Bay, which is like the lowest in all of football. He's probably reached that place where you just have to play him because he's a safe 7 points.
He's been good. He's top 7.
Yeah, he's tight end.
Tight end scoring.
I think he's tight end 5 since week 5. Like he's been really good. I'm not enthused by his matchup this week, but I guess because of the position you're not playing him. But yeah, Ridley's probably the biggest name in that game. You're just gonna have to sit on the bench.
Or if you're an underdog in your matchup, or if you play Derrick Henry on Thursday night, maybe you have to take a swing for the fences and go with the guy who has the 152 touchdown upside.
Yeah, he is the high upside guy. That's true.
Tim, are you sticking with the Packers in this game? It's better number for you now.
Yeah, I like Green Bay. I think Green Bay's defense is a live option here. I think the Falcons have been having trouble scoring recently, now going out into the cold. Matt Ryan's history of playing outdoor games in the cold is anything but good. So, yeah, I certainly think Green Bay should get this done, and I think Atlanta's going to struggle.
Do you still think they cover the 5.5 from earlier when we did the pick show?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the Packers by a touchdown or so.
Hope not, because I have the Falcons. I'm down. I was down 17 games to Tim coming into the week.
Wow.
But I'm only down 16 now after Thursday night.
There you go.
So I'm waiting for a big swing week. Maybe I can almost get them all back this week when Tim doesn't win a game against the spread.
It's possible. I don't love many of the picks I've made this week.
The money early in the week was coming in on the Falcons. It moved the line down 2 points. Now the money is coming in on the Packers, but only 60-40 though. It's a very coin-flipping game.
I wasn't too enthused at taking them when was it 6 at one point?
It was 5. It opened at 4.5, went to 5.5. Now it's 3.5.
Okay. That seems like a fine line to get the Packers at. When it was up around 5.5, I think I did see it at 6. Maybe DK had it at 6.
I mean,
that seemed like a little much for me, but
I wouldn't have cared who Atlanta played this week. I was taking the other side.
Baltimore at Kansas City. Kansas City has remained a 6.5-point favorite all week. As I've mentioned a couple times, I'm in on the money line on this game. I like Baltimore to win this game. My confidence has been rattled all week by people calling me an idiot for taking the Ravens against the Chiefs, and that's probably fair. I just think this is a perfect stylistic matchup. I think that if Baltimore can establish this run early and keep it close or even get a bit of a lead, and then they can continue to run the entire game, the under and Baltimore wins.
And here's the thing, too. When you're betting against the Chiefs, there's such an explosive offense that I understand the line is 6.5, and that's a big line. And it'd be foolish for me to say 6.5 points doesn't matter.
It doesn't with them.
It doesn't with them. Just if you think the Ravens hang in this game, just take them to win. It makes so much more sense than hoping the Chiefs only win by 6 points. Because how often do the Chiefs only win by a single score? Doesn't happen often. So, yeah, I'm not saying I necessarily would tail your bet, but if I was going to bet Baltimore in this game, I would bet the money line, not with the spread.
So the big thing here for me is I only ended up playing 5 DraftKings lineups this week, and to kind of hedge against myself, and because it turned into such a contrarian play this week, Chiefs stack. Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey.
Yeah.
No, I won't say no one's doing it, but very few people are rolling out that lineup, and you still have to worry about that. This is the Chiefs. They can score the most points on any slate against any team. That whenever you get an opportunity to take advantage of a low-owned Chiefs stack or just Chiefs players in general, I think it's an opportunity just to get some leverage on the field with the best players in football.
Sure. I mean, even last week, just because his price, I believe he was a full $1,000 more expensive than any other quarterback, and everyone was on Cam at 6.6.
Josh Allen.
And Josh Allen, you and me both. But that was the thing. I had Josh Allen lineups and I had Patrick Mahomes lineups because it's just, even though I didn't think he was going to be completely ignored last week, I knew that he wasn't going to be at his maximum potential ownership level. And as soon as you know that, yeah, they're the best GPP team there is. No team has a higher ceiling. I know Baltimore's a very good defense, but even the way you go about constructing stacks, we used to talk about this with the Saints a little bit, and it was almost the inverse, but the great thing about stacking the Saints was you knew where at least almost 60% of the volume was going in the passing game. Michael Thomas was going to get his 30%, and Alvin Kamara was going to get his 30%.
Now you don't know.
Now you don't know. But with the Chiefs, I think it's across the last 5 weeks, they've only targeted their running backs on 8% of routes, which is the lowest rate in football by far. You know the ball is going to Kelsey, and you know the ball is going to Hill. It's a really easy sort of volume tree to follow.
And since Sammy Watkins has been out in games not featuring Sammy Watkins, the market share between those two, I believe, is around 47% of the passes in that offense. But they signed the Candyman, Charkandrick West.
Didn't they also sign Kelvin Benjamin?
They did sign Kelvin Benjamin.
Ugh.
They have him on a diet. They have him on a fasting plan so he can get down to play and wait.
How is it the most ironic thing in the world if Andy Reid went up to someone and said, "Hey, you have to lose some weight"? Like, how can you ever take that seriously?
I'm sure they have like that old cocaine Miami coach. I'm sure they have some real jack guy to go tell him. Who is that? Who is the guy that was trying to trip people on the Jet sidelines, Tim? The strength and conditioning coach?
I was saying like Mike Tomlin.
Sal Alosi.
Sal Alosi. That's
Right.
him. Maybe they hired Sal Alosi to tell him to get into shape. Either way, Spencer Ware, you play. On the Baltimore side, like the only one I think, if you want to play Lamar Jackson, play Lamar Jackson. That's fine. I think that Gus Bus is the only one you can go with.
Yeah. There's no one else. You can't trust any element in that passing game right now.
You love Ty Montgomery if they get down by
Look,
a bunch.
I mean, the thing with Ty is just that's more of a DraftKings play than it is. In a week where we've got all 16 games, all 32 teams, like in what circumstance in the playoffs for a team that somehow made the playoffs, you playing Ty Montgomery? I just don't think it really exists.
Especially with so many running backs being opened up this week.
Exactly.
Too.
Like the odds that you missed out on both Jalen Samuels and Jeff Wilson,
and LeGarrette
you couldn't
Blount
pick up
wasn't
LeGarrette
available.
Blount. Yeah, there's just really no. Do I think he'll get 10 touches? Sure. Do I think he could lead the team in targets again? 100%. But that's probably 6 targets.
So Tim, who do you think the 3 highest owned quarterbacks I have projected on DraftKings this week are?
3 highest owned, I would guess Roethlisberger,
Ding!
Rivers, and Winston.
No, Rodgers is definitely in there.
Yeah, it's Josh Allen. I have projected to be number 1. Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers are 1, 2, 3.
What a crazy week!
I know. I actually have no Josh Allen teams this week for the first time in 2 weeks.
It's hard to, yeah.
Chalky Josh Allen. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the second best quarterback in the game he's playing, so I can see it, I guess.
But you're not even playing if
yeah, but he's the best running back in the game he's playing, which is all I care about.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
So on the Ravens side of the ball, Tim, Gus Bus, is he the only guy that you could consider?
Maybe. I think Baltimore is going to struggle to score points in this game. Yeah, I don't really like a lot of Ravens at all. Maybe Gus, but even him, I think he's fringy.
And I guess Chris Conley is like the only like fringy chief that you could go with.
Yeah. I think he is very fringy. I don't know what circumstance in which I'd play him. I do like Chiefs defense this week. I I know that's cheap, but I like him.
That's
I
fine.
mean, the Chiefs are my super lock. I don't think that the Chiefs can lose games that are low scoring. The twice they've been beaten this season have been in shootouts. Baltimore's not able to get into a shootout with anybody, so I sort of like the Chiefs' chances.
No,
here.
I think Chiefs defense is a fine play because you think
And Lamar, if the inverse of what I think happens,
Yeah.
and the Chiefs just
And Lamar
go
has to
crazy,
throw it,
and Lamar has to
bad news.
Andy Reid is preparing like they're going to play Joe Flacco too.
I mean, the Chiefs
smart
have the
coach.
best rush defense or amongst the best rush defenses in the league. I mean, part of that is, of course, circumstantial. The Chiefs are up on people.
Yeah,
see,
no one runs against them.
this is different. They, from a volume perspective, you are correct. From an adjusted line rate perspective, they have the worst running defense in all of football.
So I'm willing to buy that completely. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, next game. Indy and Houston. The Pat Mayo most stackable game of the day.
Yeah,
Actually, I actually skipped a game there. But either way, let's talk about Colts and
this
Texans.
is the fun one.
49. The over-under got up to 49.5, then it dropped down to 49. I got a 47.5.
That's a nice spot.
Right when it
I
opened
would
up.
still take it.
Oh, so would I. I actually bet it at 49.5 as
Yep.
a part of a parlay that I gave out on the show. So the over in this game and the over in Cleveland and Carolina. Parlay together pays plus 265.
Andrew Luck in their losses this season averages 51.5 pass attempts.
Just play Andrew Luck.
51
T.Y. Hilton looks like he's going to play.
1.5.
Play him. Play Eric Ebron. Bring it back with DeAndre Hopkins. Win the money. Boom.
Beautiful.
I've solved you DraftKings this week.
Beautiful.
Now they're all going to suck, aren't they? Lamar Miller and Marlon Mack are going to score all the touchdowns.
Well,
Yeah.
it'd be nice if anybody on the Colts did score this week,
Thank you for your input.
since I was kind of hinging on them doing well last week and did nothing.
Oh,
I mean, when you target one
With
of the better
his
defenses.
stack?
Yeah, with his
Of one
stack,
player?
Yeah. Oh, I have the sneakiest stack, Tim. You don't have any two players from the same team.
No, I know. I
Oh,
bailed out.
yeah. I mean, I
I
wouldn't even worry
bailed
about
out.
that.
First to say, I tinkered too much last week. There is such a thing as too much tinkering. being too prepared.
I mean, that's why, at noon, Al Smiz runs the Anti-Tinkercast on Twitch. If people want to go watch that, it's there so you don't tinker with your lineups.
I don't know what or who Twitch is.
Make a note of that one.
Oh.
Is it like Periscope?
It's not
Or
dis-
Fire Stick?
Not
Yeah,
dissimilar.
it's like Fire Stick, Tim. Yes, that is exactly what it's like.
I've never
He's
heard of it
trying.
before.
Never heard of Twitch?
No, never.
Where do you watch your video game play?
Oh, Lord. I don't watch video game play.
So, Colts, Luck, Hilton, Ebron. Mac is, you're probably going to start Mac, but it's not a great spot.
No, it's not a good spot.
You hope that he gets
this
the goal
would
line
be-
work and scores touchdowns. And then Naheem Hines could be the more valuable running back in this
Yes. Now, again, sort of in the same vein as Ty Montgomery. Do I see myself playing Hines in any spot? Probably not. But even let's even say like T.Y. Hilton gets tripped up at the 2 and you start getting excited as a Marlon Mack owner. There's still a 50% chance that Luck just drops back and throws it to Ebron.
game.
That's their most effective
and
goal
it might not
line
even
play.
be Ebron. It might be Swoop.
Might be Swoop. I hope it's not Swoop.
Can't get out of bounds. Loser.
I think he did get out of bounds.
I think he got it. They called him forward momentum.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
didn't matter at that point. From the Houston side of the ball, DeAndre Hopkins obviously is the play. I wouldn't mind rolling out Kiki if he plays. I would play
Yeah,
Kiki
sure.
over DT if Kiki's active. But
No, I would not.
okay. Would you like to bet on that?
Nope. From now on, the bets we'll be making are the ones
Yeah,
that
Tim's too scared to make a bet anymore. He's afraid
Well-
he's afraid to make a bet about things that he says.
I guess if you lose enough money, that's like Tim, for instance, would not have to call 1-800-GAMBLER.
That's
he
true.
knows when to quit.
Yeah, he doesn't need the help.
There you go.
He's reaffirmed. He's never actually offered up a bet on the show though, and I guarantee you when he does, it's going to be the stupidest bet in the world. Be like, oh, okay, here's the Tim. Offer me a bet right now about
No.
this week.
He just said
No,
he
I'm
wasn't
not going
going
to be
to.
bullied or cajoled into it.
Stop being a coward, Tim.
I don't care. I am inflexible. I am fixed, as Caesar says, like the Northern Star. I'm not going to be swayed by this.
If there's one thing we know about you, it's your commitment to stability.
I am very, yes, I believe in stability.
I'm sure you do believe that it exists.
I
I don't think it's
In
like
the
a real
concept
personal
of
mantra
stability.
that you have.
In this game, I adore Miller, and I think DT is actually a sneaky play.
If you think
But
DT is a sneaky play, I'd be almost willing to bet that Kiki
Nope.
outscores him even if Kiki doesn't play.
Yeah, well, I understand what you. Yeah, that's all right. You know what? That's just nonsensicalness. So let's move on.
Donta Foreman looks like he might be active for this game. Does that concern any of your Lamar Miller shares at all?
No,
I don't have any. But
if in a theory, oh my god, we gotta talk.
He's only been really good the last couple of weeks.
We gotta talk about your team at some point here.
Yeah, I would say that
running back with volume.
Well, that's the thing. The only reason I like Lamar Miller is volume.
Frank Gore gets volume.
He does, and
we went back. He had 12 touches every week.
This time he's not wrong. Lamar Miller is a volume-based running back, but again,
in your face, Pat.
The Texans are not a team that throw the ball ever to the running back position. So you're already looking at a better version of LeGarrette Blount, who might be in a worse spot than LeGarrette Blount this week. So, like, if you ask me straight up, would I rather play Lamar Miller or LeGarrette Blount this week? I think I'd rather play LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, Blount.
I'm playing them both.
Are you? I'm playing Blount too.
But
so
like,
I can't say anything.
even if he just pilfers like 5 carries, now we're talking about Lamar Miller losing 25% of his workload. It's a very precipitous position he finds himself in, unless he breaks off another 98-yard touchdown.
I mean,
run.
if I think the over hits in this game, I think there's a lot of passing. Like, I think you could bring it back.
That's why you bring it back with Deshaun.
Bring it back with DeAndre Hopkins, but you could play Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins and bring it back with like Hilton Ebron.
Yeah,
if you
sure.
To, and just
That's
not
fine.
use Andrew Luck. I just prefer Andrew Luck
Yeah,
because I know
I
he's
like
going to throw.
Luck a lot.
And with the big thing with Deshaun Watson too is you can get the rushing touchdowns out of it, and that's more of a threat. I guess Luck passing so much is a threat from like the Marlon Macks of the world and the other backs that they use, but Deshaun Watson running the ball inside the 10 is a threat to Lamar Miller, along with Donta Foreman and Alfred Blue, who plays every week.
Yeah, and is on the rare occasion they do throw to the running back position, it's usually Blue. So
I feel like they don't have their backfield figured out for what they actually want to do week to week. Maybe they're just throwing us all off, or maybe they play so many crappy teams in a row it doesn't matter.
I mean, that's part of it. I don't know. 9 in a row. There's only so much I can say.
Carolina at Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns, Tim, are now a favorite against the Panthers. Cam was lifted from the injury report. They're 1-point favorites at home. 47.5 is the over-under. I like the over in this game as well. Both defenses have not looked good. Denzel Ward not going to play for the Cleveland Browns. McCaffrey's my number 1 running back this week.
Yep.
I mean, in my main lineup, I don't have him in because I'm playing Barkley. I played Barkley in 100% of my lineups this week.
Yeah, me too.
That was a decision I made coming into the week. I have lineups that have both of them in it.
Sure.
The rest of
there's enough value.
The rest of those teams, not so. Well, the problem is all the value this
is at running back.
So it's hard to use the 2 expensive running backs, then pay down.
Yeah.
But
you can use the Lacostitude at tight end.
I am using the Lacostitude at tight end. Here we go. But McCaffrey, Cam, I would say are the only 2 locks from Carolina. Yes, DJ Moore's a fine play. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can use Funches.
But Samuel saw, was it 11 targets last week? Like, they're diversifying their wide receiver target share. No, I would too, but I'm just saying to your point where he's not yet in this class of definity. Is that a word?
That is not a word.
Definitiveness?
Yes, definitiveness is the correct word.
Definitiveness? Yeah, there's just, they've diversified where their wide receiver targets go.
Was great.
Make a note of that one too. From the other side of the ball, Landry, Chubb is a must play.
Njoku
and Chubb are must plays. Landry, you probably do play him. Callaway, if you're looking for a banger that goes deep.
He falls into that class of player where if you need a wide receiver 3, and
there is not anything dissimilar between the Ridleys, the Zay Jones, and all of that.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. Like he falls into that class of player where if somehow you played Derrick Henry this week or something like that, and you want to take a long shot with your flex, yeah, it's fine to go with Callaway.
Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins now 9-point underdogs at home. It was moving towards the Dolphins at one point. Now it moved all away from the Dolphins. Yeah. Tim likes the Patriots.
Yeah, this is my stack.
Oh, you're rolling out Brady and Gronk?
Yeah, Brady and Edelman connected. I think that's the way to play this game.
Few people will be doing that this week.
Yeah. I would say I sort of like Josh Gordon just in the sense that Xavier Howard's not playing.
He never plays in big games. Not remarkable. He always seems to be hurt for the bigger games. He was hurt before the last time these 2 teams played.
It's true.
I think the value in this game is running backs.
Yeah,
Kenyon Drake and Sony Michel.
I really like Sony Michel. And Drake, yeah, in the games the Dolphins have lost, which you'd have to assume they will as 9-point underdogs. Kenyon Drake is averaging, I think, triple the DraftKings points he is when in games that the Dolphins win.
The problem is this game happened, what was it, week 4? And Drake did nothing.
Well, their offense didn't move the ball at all. I think they finished that game with 150 total yards of offense, and a lot of that was like fourth quarter when Brock Osweiler played in that game.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it became 38-7 in a wrap.
And I believe he threw a touchdown pass to Frank Gore. Yeah, that is what happened.
Tim, are you stacking? Are you bringing it back with Frank Gore?
I am not. I don't have any Dolphins this week. I don't like their chances very much, to be honest with you.
Okay. So
the Patriots are in a desperate spot, right? I mean, they need to win every game possible because they have got to have home field advantage.
Yeah, I know people have this weird, like, they always have a letdown in week 14 or week 15, blah, blah.
I like that Tim thinks of the Patriots, who are, like, besides the Chiefs, by far the safest team in the AFC, that they're in a desperate spot.
I don't think they can go to
if they lose, the Texans surpass them in terms, like, when was the last time
I don't think the Texans lose.
That's fair, but I'm just saying, when was the last time?
All agree here the Patriots are a bad road team? So
I don't think they're necessarily a bad road team.
They've just had to play good teams on the road.
They're a very mediocre road team.
Oh, yes, the Lions and the Jags are such great teams. And the Titans, they're 3 road losses. Yeah. Well, what pillars of NFL talent those 3 teams are? Like, give me a break.
Just saying their schedule's been a little bit harder on the road than it has been at home so far.
And they're about to go into Heinz Field next week, where I do think they will lose.
Already locking it in now. New England over Pittsburgh. Gordon, Edelman, Gronk, Michelle, White, Brady. You can play all those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have the least amount of confidence in Brady. Like, I would play
You can play Patriots defense, too.
I would play Josh Allen over Brady in season long in my playoffs.
I would not.
Where would you fall on that, Gary?
I think I would play Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's so safe with his legs.
Yeah.
Like, that's just baked in points.
I think I to the extent I like Sony Michel, unless I think the Patriots are scoring 38 points in this game, it's just hard for me to also like Brady to the extent that he's definitely a top 12 quarterback. Especially because he hasn't been that for 5 weeks. So that's a problem too.
Dolphins. Drake.
Maybe Parker. But I think, again, we've reached a point. Like, I think they finished that game. Parker had 4 targets. Stills had 4 targets. Bryce Butler had 4 targets.
Bryce Butler's on the Dolphins now. How cute.
Yeah.
How many teams has he been on this year? 5?
I think 3.
The guy has, like, the best life. Just keeps getting paid from everyone.
Yeah. It's a nice thing he's got going for him.
Saints and Bucks. This is up to 10. The Bucks are home dogs. I don't like it getting up that high. It was 9. It was 8.5. Then it was 9. Now it's 10.
I feel like the Bucks always play the Saints really well. Is that something I've created?
They beat them back in week 1. For this game, I mean, I love Saints D. Besides Barkley, Saints D is the one player I own across all 5 DraftKings lineups this week. $2,700, 13 sacks the past 2 weeks, and you're playing Jameis.
Yeah.
Jameis is. I mean, Tim, what would you say the odds of him getting pulled in this game are?
Between 15 and 20%.
So if that happens, the Saints D is going to score a bunch of points. I don't know what to do with the Saints offense.
I don't know. I would actually worry more about Fitz coming in off the bench and having a performance where he reclaims the starting job. Then I would want to play whatever defense is playing Tampa next week.
That's fair. So Saints must plays Kamara, Thomas, Breeze. Those are your 3.
Yep.
But I don't have the highest confidence in those 3 guys. I really don't.
I think Kamara's fine.
Breeze at least should be able to take advantage of that pretty soft Buccaneers secondary now.
He should, but he's had bad game. Like, he's had bad weeks this year. Like, he goes from, like, 39 fantasy points to 10 fantasy points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking to necessarily use Breeze and DFS this week, but I don't know if there's any circumstance.
That's what I'm saying.
In a season-long
Breeze,
league.
Thomas, and Kamara, you're all playing.
Yeah.
Like, those are the guys you're starting. Ingram, you should never play, because then your team would be hexed.
Who?
Any other receiver? Like Dan Arnold? You going with Dan Arnold?
No, there's no one else there you can play.
Who has a better... I mean, you can play anyone you want. It's people's teams. Who
No
do
one
you think
else
has a
who
better
wants to.
NFL career? Sam Darnold or Dan Arnold? I'm going to say Dan Arnold.
Let's just move on.
Like, who lasts longer? Probably Darnold. Who has a better career? Probably Arnold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Such
less
jealousy
He's less
and
triggered.
Wow.
From
Such
the Tampa side of the ball, everything's a bit concentrated now. So, Jameis you can play. Jameis, Godwin, Humphreys, Brait, Evans.
Yeah.
That's who's going to get the ball.
This is not a Peyton Barber week.
No, the Saints have a very good run defense.
Yes. They are the run defense.
Tim's tinkering right now.
Here, they are the run defense that
don't know
Tim
what I'm
thinks
doing.
the Chiefs are.
You definitely are, aren't you?
I can't help myself.
You're so stable, though, aren't you?
See, you don't even have to. You know what you could do is just open up another contest. You don't even have to play the lineup.
You can just make
Just
lineups.
make lineups, tinker around with it. Like a cat and a ball of string.
Yeah, it's like Homer's cake that he can ruin.
Yeah.
Giants skins. Let's make this one easy. No Odell Beckham in this game. The spread is now +3 at home. I still like Washington to win this game.
So you like Peterson then?
I do. I just like no one, basically.
That's a fair way to look at it.
I like
too.
Barkley and Peterson are the two that you definitely can play. I don't know if I like Evan Ingram. Yeah, I guess so.
Has Tim given word on?
Yeah, Tim, is it an AP week or a non-AP week?
I don't like his chances this week.
Ooh.
Don't like his chances. Okay. Where is this game? I want to see where the money is coming in.
I would
Probably
think the
Washington.
Giants.
Money's still coming in on the Giants.
People are that averse to Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez
Well,
gets the full
the
week of
Giants are a
reps.
good team with a bad record. That's just the case.
Look, I would agree with you that they've had some hard luck losses.
Or that they're not good, so they
that
can't
their
win games.
Pythagorean record is probably better than their actual record.
Yeah, like you look at the teams who are probably going to make the playoffs in the NFC,
that
either the Panthers or the Vikings or the Buccaneers. Like one of those teams are going to make it, and like I think the Giants are better than any of them.
All right, well, they're not going to be very good when they lose to Washington this week. So AP and Barkley, those are the only two must plays from this game, I think. Could you play Jamison Crowder?
Nah.
I wouldn't. To quote the best Simpsons character of all time.
Sideshow Raheem?
Yeah.
And Shepard, I guess. I don't think Shepard's a must play.
Which
No,
Shepard?
I don't agree.
Sterling Shepard.
Like I like you said, I think a fair target estimation for Barkley in this game is 12 targets.
Ooh, I'd like that.
And
I
it could go
tend
up.
to agree.
So,
But yet I still think Christian McCaffrey's a better play.
I think if we're just talking about overall points, that most of the time it'd be very close. It'd probably be in a coin flip situation that McCaffrey would outscore Barkley because the target floor for McCaffrey is always going to be higher. He doesn't need injuries to get his target floor up to 12. It could just be 12 in this game.
Yeah.
But he's more expensive and he's going to be higher owned. That I think the pivot onto Barkley. I think it's so close that I'll take the guy who's half his owned that could potentially have more upside in this particular game because of the lack of options.
yeah, I agree.
And there's no, I'm not too concerned about Eli stealing Barkley's touchdowns like I am Cam from Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, that's fair, but Cam really can't throw right now, so that's why McCaffrey might be.
It's
attractive.
not, it's not so much Cam's arm that I'm concerned about him stealing the touchdowns with from McCaffrey.
No, his chance to be on camera. I get it. I agree with you.
Now that's petty. I'm surprised you didn't bring up, he can't rush in touchdowns. He's too busy stealing laptops.
Or having his father get payments to play at Auburn.
You see? These are just, Tim hates Cam so much. But thinks Sam
No, it's
Darnold
just
is
that-
good. It's weird.
The thing is,
Cam
people who are
Darnold.
like 20 years old have no memory of the 2010 NCAA season and don't remember all the shenanigans
Where
that
he
went
was
on. with
awesome.
Newton
Yeah,
and
where he
Peterson.
was amazing.
He
Then
won the
went,
Heisman and the national
and
championship.
then went first overall in the draft.
But it was also like suspended for an afternoon because of the shenanigans that he had been up to. It like,
Yeah,
he's
how
not
dare
blamed.
he take
He must
money
have
from a
memory.
team willing to give him money?
Well, rules are rules.
Not really. Not in the NCAA.
Yeah,
really.
they're definitely not. And
Notre
all-
Dame doesn't do this.
Notre Dame, all they do is pay their players. You kidding me?
No.
You think anyone would want to go to Notre Dame? Good God.
Well, like going to the Cowboys or the Yankees. Of course
it's not.
It's not really
It's nothing
anymore.
like that. That'd be like going to Alabama.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was better. I mean, I root for USC. I just prefer when they just openly paid their players. They used to get all the good players. That was the move back then. They should go back to that. Best
Yeah,
game
and all those wins are vacated.
Yeah, but they happened. I watched them happen, Tim. I don't really care that they were taken away now. Big deal. So losers like you, like 100 years from now, be like, USC did not win in 2003 and 2004 because it's us that they didn't win. It got taken away. But I watched it. It happened. So I'm good.
Talk like that.
That's how you talk. Jets Bills. Who can you start from this game? Is the answer no one besides Josh Allen and Bills D? Crowell.
Yeah, those are probably the only two.
You would start Crowell?
I think you can start Crowell if you have to, like in fantasy playoffs. So you've been playing him a lot this year because he's been half
Put
decent.
it this
you've
way,
been playing
if
Crowell
you've been
a
playing
lot this
Crowell a lot,
year.
you're not in the fantasy playoffs.
I don't hate Crowell this week. I don't hate Herndon. I don't even hate Leggett this week.
Okay, well, the Bills are
please
very good
If
against...
you want to come on the show and say you don't hate Leggett, please set a line for Leggett and let me bet the under.
No, I don't hate him. Like I can see him maybe
No,
doing.
we just brought up players that you could potentially play in this game, and then you just threw his name out there. Give me a stat line for him.
No, I refuse to. I'm not playing this game.
Give me a stat line for him. If you think that he is playable this week, give me a fucking stat line.
Fine. I choose to withdraw my statement.
Do you want to guess?
I'll stick with the Herndon statement.
That's it. Put up the picture.
But I choose to withdraw my statement.
Coward. Coward. Up here talking shit about Canadian golfer Ian Leggett. Can't even have the balls to give me a fucking line on it.
No, I had
0 catches for 0 yards.
Also, Tim.
He has made a couple of catches the last couple of weeks.
Tim, since Crowell ran for 219 against Denver, he's run for 40, 29, 25, 49, 19, 30, and then last week did run for 98 yards. So
There's
yes,
a few scores in there too, right?
one score. One score.
It's just like when Tim said Kyle Rudolph was having a great year.
Then I was wrong, and then he started having a good year.
Well, he played the Packers. His 2 good games this season up against the Packers.
Yeah,
The only
true.
2 games the Packers have allowed a tight end to do anything.
There are not a lot of playable players here. I don't love Josh Allen the way you guys do. I get why you're saying that he's safe, but like I don't know, he's not a bad team, and so whatever.
What is there a prop bet for his rushing yards?
There is, yeah. I have
If it's under 70 yards, I would take the over.
I have Josh Allen at 12 this week. I don't have the utmost confidence.
Yeah, no, like listen, he's not Michael Vick, so like I think 70 yards is too much to expect from a
Sure, he's
quarterback.
better. Sets records that Vic never had.
Player props for Josh Allen right now. Ooh, first touchdown, Kroom, 20-1. That should be like 100-1. That
That's
guy's
a lot,
catch
yeah.
touchdowns. Total rushing yards, Josh Allen, over under 40.5.
Over.
See, I think that's about the right number. It's a quarterback.
Yeah, they can't set it at 70.
know.
Running backs
No,
don't
But
put
I'm
70.
but I'm standing by what I said. If it was under 70 yards, I would pound the over.
All right, so I'm in. That can be our one prop bet of the day.
Yeah. That means we also just get to watch Josh Allen play with
And just root for
and
him
just root
running.
for him running. which
He is
the
turned into
most
the most
fun
exciting
part of
guy
last
ever.
week. Yeah. Again, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I was kind of cheering for Buffalo at the end of that game.
Oh, poor Tim is triggered.
I'll be watching.
Not
that
how
whole game,
fandom
too.
works.
I will not be cheering for him.
Why? He's fun to watch. He's far more fun than Sam Darnold, who, like I said, he may have like a learning disability. He's just slow.
Mm-hmm.
He does not
I'm
process.
not taking the bait anymore. I promised myself I was done taking the bait with Sam, so I'm just not going to do it.
He processes.
You can-
the blitz slower than Jay Cutler processes sugar.
I can't control what you say, but once you all right.
You sound very triggered.
No, listen,
Go back to tinkering with your lineup.
I can't control what you say, but once you've said it, it's over.
The game is at 4 now, -4. I'm on the Bills -3.5, but 4. I'm still in on it. I don't love that though.
I mean, the Jets
I like the
haven't
Jets on
looked-
both sides, but I'm not super confident.
Bengals Chargers 15.5.
Oh, wow.
This is a no play for me.
Yes.
Because all logic would dictate to take the Bengals, but the Bengals are so bad.
This happened 2 weeks
they're
ago, though, when all
unplayable.
logic dictated you took the Cardinals, and then they gave him a 10-point cushion and still couldn't cover a
And
14-point
Jeff
game.
didn't even concede after 5 minutes. What a hero.
What a hero.
Unlike Tim, who'd be just like digging himself a grave. He'd be tightening the noose, trying to find a nice stabilizing beam.
Tim was here.
80% of the money on the Chargers at 15.5. Now, some of that's teaser money, some of that's money
Yeah,
line money.
that's going to be a very heavily teased
It's
game.
around 60-40 in terms of spread picks and spread.
I got
money.
the Bolts in Super 7. I like their chances.
I'm more with you. I'm going to avoid a game this big. I feel like there are bets I prefer. If I was going to bet it, though, I would take the Chargers.
Must plays from the Chargers: Jackson or Eckler. I like Eckler still.
I think you still just play Eckler.
I like them both.
The Eck with that.
You could possibly play Jackson, but the problem even
People
with
are playing
playing him,
Jackson.
the problem with playing him in DK, it's sort of like Jake brought up on Tuesday.
How about in season long?
Nah, I'd avoid it in season long.
In season long, I have him at number 30 at running back. I have him one spot ahead of LaShawn McCoy.
I mean, I guess you could flex him. But here's the thing, where
I'd play him ahead of McCoy.
Jake's brought this up, where he was in college a pass catching running back.
That's what Eckler does.
That's the thing. I think that's
Do you think
that's
Eckler
not the
will
role he's going to have
alfalfa
on
him?
this team.
You're stealing my bit.
Maybe. So then he'd be dead. So that's not good.
Oh no! You've killed the original
Alfalfa.
alfalfa.
Thank God he was owned by the studio.
So Jackson, you can play because there is touchdown upside, but I think I would still take the stability plus the upside of Eckler, knowing that he's going to be involved in the passing
He still
game,
probably
regardless of
touched the ball 16 times.
The Jackson end of this game is if the Chargers get up by 21 points, they're like, Here you go, Justin Jackson. Have your carries.
Also, I just feel like for Eckler, it's going to be a lot easier to run against the Bengals front four than it was against the Packers front four.
Would you play any periphery Chargers receiver? Just Allen? Would you get into the Williams game?
No.
If you had to?
If
I
you
wouldn't
had
hate
to, it's not a problem to take. I think they have the third highest implied total of the week. They're up over 30 points. So if you had to flex a receiver and you had either Williams,
I'd play Tyrell.
I would hope to have Tyrell. I could see myself flexing either one of those in a desperate situation. But again, I'd hope my lineup is not in a place where I'd have to use one of those guys.
What if you're on consolation buy like Tim?
Well, then you try to find someone on the waiver wire. I mean, I think
I
it's
took all
really
my
important to know
players
that if
out,
you're
too.
in consolation buy.
You benched all your players to give them
Yeah,
a
give him
true
a
buy?
rest this week. I don't want him getting hurt in practice.
No, I was going to say, though, Tim, you should really go out and just kind of dominate the waiver wire, because if there's any person that deserves to go get the best players on the wire, it's that semifinal matchup in the consolation playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
yeah,
the one
I
you're
mean,
going to tell your grandkids about.
His team's already locked.
It should be.
Can't make. I agree. I mean that's in our rule. That's in
Yeah.
our league constitution
That should be,
that happens
as it should be.
So I think that needs to be because people keep asking me this, like, oh, it's people pay their money, they should be allowed to pay.
No.
Like, listen, it's fine if you have no rule for it, but at the beginning of the year, you should say, listen, if you miss the playoffs, you're out. Now,
Indeed.
you also shouldn't pay people for like winning the losers bracket. That's
Most
so
certainly.
stupid.
Yeah, don't incentivize
Losing.
Yeah, that's
loses.
Not good.
You know what? I mean, I came dead last, so I get the most ballots.
Here's the thing: if you
Tanking correctly.
if you want to do something that incentivizes people to keep using and setting their lineups up till week 14, I understand that, because you don't want people when you're having to win playoff games and games to get into the playoffs going up against teams with a bunch of buys. Just make it so that high score of any given week gets like $10 or something. Like there's better ways to go about it than giving money for winning the consolation playoffs.
Yeah, it's sad.
That's not
sad.
good.
If you have like a distinct like take that you like consolation brackets, you're a coward. A bigger coward than Tim, mind you.
That's tough to do.
I know.
wouldn't be much.
Very quickly through these other late games: Denver, San Francisco, Jeff Wilson. That's it.
I think that's
Kittle.
it. Oh, Kittle, yeah.
Wilson and Kittle, Sutton, Lindsey, the Lacostitute,
Broncos D.
Broncos D. Chart we
Oh, listen, you could definitely play the quarterback. It's a bombs away team against the Niners. I don't mind playing.
Who would you play Keenum over?
I just feel like they're going to run the ball a bunch.
If you want to go super cheap on DK, there are worse guys. There are worse guys you can play, and you can just save some money. If you talked about liking Barkley and McCaffrey a lot. Okay, well, you play them both. You need to save big time.
Yeah, but that's not where you're saving your money, though.
A penny saved is a penny earned anywhere. I don't mind it there.
Look, he's 5'2".
On the super cheap QBs, I'm actually okay with him.
I don't think you're going to have a problem finding $400 to go get Dak. Like, it's, I don't know. Just why would you ever play Case Keenum?
Oh,
Because the Niners are god awful.
Oh, there's a guy who's very triggered in the chat right now.
About the consolation
big
playoffs?
time snowflake. You guys suck and are unprofessional. Get a real job, even though you probably already have one. I don't understand.
Why don't you ban?
I know. I want to see if this guy has more to say.
Well, Tim does have a job. He's an insane
Yeah, he's an
person.
insane person. You collect a lot of money from the government when you're an insane person.
And gentle aquafit enthusiast.
That's true. He gets paid by Gentle Aquafit. Totally forgot about that.
Well, I think he runs their Twitter account, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, no. They've been very nice to you, Tim. You're their star. They're your star pupil.
Yeah, they're so clever. It's hard for me to get angry at that account because whoever's running it is pretty bright because they're saying some funny things, but it's enough.
Lions, Cardinals. Cardinals 2.5 point dogs now, down from 3. I still like the Cardinals in this matchup. David Johnson, Larry Fitz, Cardinals D, Lions D, Blunt, Ellington, Golladay.
Yeah, I mean, Galladay's cheap volume.
Yeah, but he's probably going to be Peters.
I don't know about
Probably
that.
gonna be
I'm so
Peterson.
scared of Galladay this week.
This seems like a weird spot where Ellington gets 10 targets.
I agree. I love Ellington.
I'm starting him.
You do. In my head, you've only said you're playing players who are priced at like $4,000.
So far, we have Ellington, your DraftKings team. You have Ellington, Blunt, Peyton Barber,
Lamar Miller.
Humphreys, Lamar Miller, and Christian McCaffrey.
Correct so far.
I'm
Do
just.
you have Mahomes at quarterback?
No,
Like,
he has Devontae Adams. No, he has Tom Brady,
Tom Brady, right?
Julian Edelman, maybe Gronk.
I feel like there's still money on the table there.
Maybe paid up.
Oh, I don't leave a dime.
say,
on the
he
table.
doesn't
Tim
do that,
leave a
yeah.
dime on the table. They don't give you the money you don't get to take it with you.
I'm resourceful. Sorry.
Eagles and Cowboys. I have a Dak team.
Sure.
He is the pivot quarterback in that range because a lot of people are using Allen, people like Matt Ryan, people like Baker Mayfield.
Baker, yeah.
That Dak is just kind of falling through the cracks. This is a very optimal matchup for him. He has the rushing ability, not the same as the legend Josh Allen, but he still rushes in touchdowns. I believe he has 5 in the last 7 games on the ground. It's a good spot for Amari Cooper. Michael Gallup appears like he's going to play, and Zeke can just do Zeke things. Cole Beasley will be active as well. So Zeke, Dak's not a must play. I like him more of as a DraftKings play than like a play. Like must plays Cooper and Zeke from the Eagles. Ertz. I think that's it. You can make cases for like flexes for Jeffrey, for Tate, for I wouldn't play Wentz, for Adams.
Yeah.
But I don't say like you're sitting there being like, oh, I gotta play Alshon Jeffrey this week.
No, you don't.
In fact, it's probably a bad play.
Yeah. That's true. It's really
like you say. What do you think the final score of this game is?
23-17.
21-17 Dallas.
That's not a lot of points.
Yeah.
Like Dallas D is.
But I think Cooper is a great play.
Yeah, but even still, like I just don't see there being like a ton of turnovers in this game. I just think it's a pretty boring run-heavy game, and it's just not generally the script you want to really try to maximize your defensive.
You could say it's boring. Troy Aikman will be fired up.
Well, because it's the one team he knows the rosters of.
And then you watch how many times he subtly criticizes what the Eagles are doing during the game. It'll be great.
If you shook keys in front of Troy Aikman, do you think that would keep him entertained for 3 hours?
I think Troy Aikman's now at this point he's underrated as a commentator. He's not the best, but like people try to like crucify him.
He's sturdy. I'm fine with Troy Aikman.
He's solid. He's a B+, and that's okay.
It's bad. I mean, it's not as bad as Dan Marino, where you can just remember when Dan Marino was on TV and you could see through his eyes and there would be nothing behind him, just the back of his head.
Well,
how is he ever on TV?
He was
as
a notable person.
I get that he's a notable person, but has there been anyone ever with legit less to say than Dan Marino?
Yeah, I think it was just the thing where he was also technically, or at least he thought of himself as an actor. So I was like, oh, it's a perfect transition to television.
Last game of the main slate: Steelers Raiders. 9.5. This is down to. I have the Steelers in Survivor, and I don't feel good about it.
I think the Raiders could win the game, and I certainly think they'll keep it close.
I like that. I like hearing that. That's good news.
I think that. I mean, I guess we've played this game with the Steelers a couple times. It doesn't always work. They laid such an egg. I feel like they take this game super seriously.
More money.
They have laid an egg for a month straight.
More money is on the Oakland Raiders than it is on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I get it. I mean, weird. Oakland's a tough place to play football on the best of days. And just Pittsburgh has not played great. It's the third in the last 4 weeks. They've had to make a really long trip all the way across the country to play the Raiders. I just think they have the Patriots next week. It's the classic look-ahead spot. I don't think the Raiders are going to win, but I think the Raiders are going to punch them in the mouth. It's going to be like this is the highest scoring game of the day. I think 38-35 sort of game for Pittsburgh.
If that's the case, why aren't you stacking this game?
Because I have had some good and bad luck with Raiders.
You went with the Raiders last week.
So that did not work. I have a really, really strong feeling that Edelman's going to have like 14 or 15 catches or something in this game. That's the sort of game I think it's going to be for him. So I want to be a part of it.
Are you going to bring it back with Danny Amendola in a revenge spot?
No, I think the Dolphins are going to struggle mightily.
So Ben, Juju, Brown, must starts. I think Jalen Samuels is a must start.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Tim, what's your take on that whole situation?
I think that once a position is set at the start of the year, that's it. It's set.
No. I mean Samuels in fantasy this week at running back.
I don't hate him. The Steelers historically do just keep feeding the ball to no matter how good or bad the back is over and over again. But at the same time, I think this is a week where the running back will have the least play for Pittsburgh than usual, just because I think there's so, and it's not just, I don't think, I know the Raiders have such a porous secondary and back eight, really, that the Steelers should be trying to throw the ball all over the lot in what should be pretty decent conditions in California. So, yeah, I get why you'd want to play Samuel. He should get his deal of touches, but I wouldn't expect a heavy workload for him because I just don't think they're going to hand it off that often.
Over under 15.5 touches for Jalen Samuels in this game. I'll take the over.
That's about the right number. I would have said 15 or 16, so I think it's right at that number.
Well, can you pick an over or an under? I don't even want to wager on. Just pick a side.
All right, I guess I would take under, but just barely.
So do you like Samuels? Because we'll end it with this before we get into the viewer questions. LeGarrette Blount, Jeff Wilson Jr., Justin Jackson, Jalen Samuels are all right around the same price on DraftKings. They're going to be Jalen Samuels projects to be the highest owned of the running backs this week. So that would factor a little bit into this depending on who you want to pick. But objectively speaking, which one is the best play? I think that Samuels is.
Yeah.
I think it's Blount.
The problem,
I just think
I like Blount a lot too, and I think that if we're talking about range of outcomes,
safest range. Yes.
He has the safest floor, and he has a lot of upside. But he's going to hit closer to that floor more often because he doesn't catch passes.
Yeah. And also it's just the backs he's going up against. Like Samuels and Wilson are going to be so involved in their respective passing games that we're not talking about like, oh, they'll catch a couple more passes.
They might get
like,
7 catches.
Yeah, we're talking about a full touchdown of production more than you would be expecting from LeGarrette Blount. That's a hard place to come back from.
For Blount to outscore these guys this week, he needs to score at least 2 touchdowns.
Which is possible. Like the Cardinals
and that's
have given
on
up
the table.
the most rushing touchdowns of any team.
It's
on the table, but yeah, that's a risky way to go when specifically comparing all these guys.
Justin Jackson is actually not a bad GPP play solely because everyone's kind of worried about what he's going to do in terms of volume.
Yeah.
That if they just hand the keys over to Justin Jackson, he could be the smash lights out play of the week. I'm not doing it because I don't have that sort of confidence. But
Can I say a super, super, super deep play, but I don't mind him, is Darius Hayward Bay in a revenge spot. I could see it. Someone on Oakland's got to score. Someone on Oakland's got to score. Why? It could very well be him. Just saying. Don't be surprised.
Wait, is Darius Hayward Bay on Oakland now?
Yes.
Since
Wow.
when?
Since all season?
Hasn't he been on Pittsburgh all season?
No.
Yeah, he's on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's on Pittsburgh.
I thought he was a Raider.
He was drafted as a Raider.
Nope.
Oh, darn it. Well, I still think it's a revenge spot, but now I like it less. Don't I look
You like it? You like it less because Ben's throwing to him, not awful Derek Carr?
I was looking for a Raider to get the numbers I think they're going to get to.
I would tinker with that a little bit.
Yeah, do you have him in your DraftKings lineup?
No, but I need to find a $3,000 player because I'm out of money.
Honestly, if you have is it for your flex or receiver?
Flex.
You can play the only ones at $3,000 or below. I think you could play this week. That's where Deshaun Hamilton would come in.
Yeah.
He's $3,000. You could technically play him. I don't have the utmost confidence, but people do like him.
Or Lacoste, I suppose.
Lacoste is the other one at $2,700. But you pick your poison with them. I mean, I played Lacoste last week and he scored 0 points. Let's get to the questions.
This changes everything.
So I'm going to tweet it out here. Viewer cues now. Viewer cues now. That just says view cues now. That's not right. All right. So if you want to get into a draw for $20 DK, if you share the show on Twitter or Facebook and leave your DraftKings handle in a reply or in the comment section on Facebook, then boom, you're in a draw for $20 DK. The winner will be announced tomorrow on the live show, 10 a.m. Eastern time on all the same channels with Chris Meany. Rules of the chat. Tim, would you like to give some people the rules of the chat?
Yeah, I mean, this won't be exhaustive. I'm sure I'll forget some. But listen, if you ask any trade questions, banned for life. If you simply start answering other people's questions in the chat, you are banned for life. If you so much as even mention Mark Ingram, you are banned for life. What are some other good ones?
Did you say the same question twice?
Yeah. Oh, you've asked the same question twice and you're just bombarding the chat thread with your meaningless, unlettered question, you get banned for life.
If you just use a player's last name, we assume it's the best version of that player.
Yes.
Tim
Ask
has
actual questions. Do not say, I'm starting so-and-so. That is not a question. That will get you banned.
All right, so how many bans should we give Tim today?
So we got 2 last week. I was going to give him 3, but then he thought Darius Hayward Bay was on Oakland. I can't reward that. I think 2 again.
No, let's go with 3. Tim,
Okay.
it's the holiday season. You get 3. First one from CSC. Half-point PPR. Rocket Richard or Chris Thompson? You know where I'm going. Rocket Richard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Richard, for sure.
Richard.
Someone tweeted me telling me that it was disrespectful to call him Rocket Richard.
Oh, because of the Hab?
Yes.
That guy must be a real thrill at parties.
Like you. He's as
I'm the life of the party every party I go to.
You're
People
not.
ask me questions.
Here's why baseball should start every season in Cincinnati, Pat.
Yeah, could you?
I'm so fired up about the shift ban.
God, I knew you would be too.
All right. Please help me, Pat. PPR flex. Pick one. Justin Jackson, Spencer Ware, or Theo Riddick, Spencer Ware for me.
Spencer Ware.
Where?
Josh Allen or Russell Wilson? I'll stick with Russell Wilson.
I will too.
Indeed.
Oh, here's a fun one. Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, or Mark Ingram. Banned for life?
Nice.
Rocket Richard or Chris Thompson?
Just had that
different
one.
person.
Okay.
Richard
Richard still.
again. Mixon or Philip Lindsay? I'll stick with Philip Lindsay.
I'll go with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Need 3. Jalen Samuels, Aaron Jones, Jeff Wilson, Spencer Ware.
I would sit Spencer Ware.
I would sit Spencer Ware as well. Wow. That's pretty good options.
Yeah.
For cobbling together a running, like those are 4 pickup running backs.
Like, it's one of those, it was a weird season in the sense that if you did 0 RB, it was probably hard to get to the playoffs, but if you somehow made it,
it worked.
It worked, because now you've got unlimited running backs.
Well, the problem was the high-end receivers that you drafted instead of taking the running backs.
Yeah,
that's where it really went down.
Unless you took Bell.
Unless you took Bell. I mean, yeah, Bell was pretty terrible. Mixon or Jeff Wilson Jr.? That's close, man.
That's right on the line. I don't love Mixon this week.
Neither do I.
I never loved Mixon, but I'm going to take
I still think it's safe enough where he's probably just the better play over Wilson. But
Mixon it is.
That's about the line I'm willing to draw.
Who's the cheapest receiver you would play? Probably my main man, Marcel Aitman. There's your Raider,
Yeah, I
Tim.
guess Aitman's 3.7. Zay Jones is 4.2.
I like Ellington at 3.9.
Yeah, Ellington's good at 3.9.
Pick 2. Gus Bus, Spencer Ware, Justin Jackson, Marlon Mack, or Josh Adams. I will take Gus Bus and Spencer Ware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
I do.
Which Allen would you say is the better Allen? Josh Allen or Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen's the better Allen.
So that question, that's...
You know what?
Oh my God, I'm going to have to play Chris Hogan. That's the worst.
What is this lineup?
You're playing Chris Hogan? You're really who do you have at the very top? You're playing Julio? You're playing Devontae Adams and Hopkins?
No, he's playing Edelman.
No, I wasn't going to tinker, and now I've tinkered, and I don't like what I've done to myself.
Samuels, Delvin Cook, Gus Bus, or Hump Daddy in standard? I'll take Samuels.
I'll take... Oh, Jalen Samuels. Yeah, I'll take Jalen Samuels.
I will take Cook in that rare spot. You don't like him, but I'll take Cook.
Sutton, Fitzgerald, or Boyd, full point PPR. This comes down to Fitzgerald or Boyd for me.
I'm taking Boyd.
I would take Boyd,
I'll
too.
take Fitz to... Yeah, I'll take Fitz. That's close between Boyd and Fitz, though. Washington for Steelers, 3K for Timmy. There you go. I think he's been inactive for a few games.
Yeah.
And it looks like Switzer might play. Deshaun Watson or T. Winston? I guess that's Tony Winston?
The great Tony Winston.
Or Tampa Winston? Deshaun Watson or Tampa Winston,
I'll take Winston.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tampa Winston.
I'll take Deshaun in that matchup. Start Jimmy Clausen or Manchu Walk? That's from Tim Endercuts. Tim, you're asking your own questions.
I would like to exercise one of my bans.
You're going to ban yourself?
Yeah, well, you're banning. Jeez, Tim, banning yourself. Ware or Mixon PPR? I'm going to go with Mixon. This guy says, man, I'm screwed if Ware keeps sucking. He had like 13 points last week. Fuck off.
He's played one game. What do you mean keep sucking?
He scored a touchdown in the one game.
He was 3x value.
Imagine, I'm going to ban this guy for being a fucking coward. This guy's a bigger coward than you, Tim. Imagine being that big of a
Why is my running
fucking
back
whiner.
only scoring one touchdown for me? What's wrong with me? Like, come on, pal. Like, you need to be made of tougher fiber.
Talking shit.
Yeah.
I like it.
Are you suggesting that guy not be a coward?
Well, it's just like, what are you complaining about? Like, you have Spencer where he scores a touchdown and he keeps sucking. He played one game and he didn't play badly. Like, what do you expect? Like 30 DK points or fantasy points a week? Like, come on. That's just not, it's not realistic. That kind of stuff bothers me.
Damn millennial thinking he's entitled to 20 DraftKings points per
every
week.
Drake, Wilson, or Zay Jones for flex and super flex? Pick 2. I'll take Wilson and Drake.
Yeah.
Wilson and Jones.
Zay Jones. Oh, big on Zay Jones. Rudolph or Ingram? I'll take Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram.
I'll take Rudolph.
Elliott, Lacoste, or Wilson Jr. and Kelsey? I'll actually take Wilson Jr. and Kelsey.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I can get behind that.
Is it still raining in Tampa? I'm sorry, I'm not the fucking weather. Banned for
I
life.
think I did see an update on that recently. Apparently there's light showers.
Imagine typing something like that into a chat when you're already online and can just type it into Google.
Nah.
Well,
Asking
I understand.
Well, I'm not in fucking Tampa.
Just want to hear your voice.
I'm inside for one thing.
How do we know?
That means
Could
I
just
would
be
have to
green
copy
screen.
and paste the question and then Google it myself. Jesus Christ. Where will Le'Veon play next year? Banned for life.
In Gotham City.
I mean, this is part of the ban for life question. You can't answer the ban for life questions, Tim. Should I start a wide receiver? Should I... Oh, this guy's just asking questions out of turn. Man, questions are bad today. Here we go. Andrew knows what's up. Baker or Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson.
Russell.
Kittle and Hill or Ertz and T.Y.? Ertz and T.Y. are safer.
Yeah.
But
I don't mind Kittle and Hill.
I love T.Y. this week, so I'll go Ertz and T.Y. Gordon or Boyd?
Gordon.
I think Gordon.
Boyd.
Lamar, like Anthony Miller this week, Tim, need some upside.
That's not really a question that conveys any importance, so let's just skip it.
I may have a bye this week, but of course I got to tune in and smash that like button. This guy knows.
There you go.
Yeah, you always got to smash the like button. Winston or Rivers? I'll take Winston.
I will also take Winston.
Yeah, Winston.
I lost him in my ear. Next one. Eckler, Gus Bus, or Lamar Miller standard?
In a standard, Gus Bus.
In points per reception, I would take Eckler.
I would take Gus Bus in any sort of scoring. Ware, Galladay, Landry, pick 2. I'll go Ware and Landry.
Yeah, me too.
Ware and Galladay. I again, he's cheap volume.
Start 1 non-PPR. Mac, Ware, Eckler, Gus Bus. I will take Gus Bus.
I'll take Ware, even though he's been the worst running back in league history.
Nah, I'll take Gus Bus.
Full point PPR. Godwin or Landry? I'll take Godwin.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. Godwin. God.
This guy says, can I get a ban for coining Stockholm Syndrome Sam?
Yeah, you're just trolling for a ban. You're not going to get it.
Winston or Cousins? I'll take Winston.
As will I.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Full point PPR. Pick 2. Jalen Samuels, Jeff Wilson Jr., Spencer Ware. I'll actually take Samuels and Jeff Wilson. Because as we know, Spencer Ware, worst running back in history.
Doesn't catch
never
passes.
played a good game in his life. How dare he score a touchdown for my team and probably give me a win?
Alshon or Josh Reynolds?
Oh, I'm going to play Alshon. He's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, man. He's bad, and it's a
I don't
bad
know.
matchup.
It's not a great matchup for Reynolds either.
Yeah, I guess I'll go Alshon too. Have to start 2. PPR. AP, Samuels, Ingram, banned for life. Fuck off.
Easy.
Sterling Shepard or DJ Moore? I'll take DJ
Moore.
Yeah.
This guy says, I bet Mark Ingram could beat you in a mall walking contest, Tim.
Well, we could have tried that at the Mall of America, but he was too chicken.
He was. He was the Michael Johnson of Super Bowl Radio Row when he was Mark Ingram was supposed to appear on the Pat Mayo Hour, and he was a chicken. He chickened out. Or he had like stuff to do. I don't know.
What are the stipulations of a mall walking contest? Is it distance walked or is it like storefront scene? Old people passed.
I think it's a distance and time. Like it's an admixture of the two.
But
Brait
of course.
or Evan Ingram?
Brait.
Yeah. He's great.
You see, your impression. Jesus Christ, he's cracking himself up. You don't really get into. Can you give another shot at Tony the Tiger at least?
He's great.
That's better.
That was
a lot better.
That might be your best impression.
Yo.
Actually, yeah, your alpha's pretty
Zay
spot
Jones
on.
or Curtis Samuel? I'll go Zay Jones.
Yeah, I will also Zay Jones.
Zay Jones.
Godwin or Sutton? Godwin.
Yeah,
Godwin. Godwin?
Yes.
Gus Bus or Jalen Samuels? I'll take Jalen Samuels.
I'll take Gus.
I'll take Jalen.
Theo Riddick or Rocket Richard? I'll take Rocket.
Yeah, I guess so. And I assume this is PPR, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really
It's
matter.
Actually, it says half point PPR, but they're the same.
They're the same guy.
They're the same PPR type player.
Yeah, I guess I'll take Sam. Or, Richard. Sorry.
Mike Williams or Josh Reynolds? Full point. I'll take Josh Reynolds there.
I'll take Mike Williams in that one.
I'll take Reynolds because it could be Seattle, Mike.
I don't think that's a real guy anymore.
No, he still exists.
I don't think he's in the league. I think he's been in the league for 5 years.
At least.
Half point PPR, need a running back, 2 and a flex. Gus Bus, Godwin, Carson, AP. I'll take Godwin and Gus Bus.
Godwin and Carson.
Yeah.
This guy has create a combined player, Justin Wilson or Tevin Coleman.
Well, I'll take Tevin.
Justin Wilson isn't a real person, so.
Yeah,
if
I would have Jeff Wilson over Tevin. I would not have
much about
Justin
Tevin.
Jackson over Tevin.
Do we need to
He
talk
might
about
actually have a decent day.
Tevin Coleman, who gets like 8 touches a week.
I don't think we need.
I think they could use him a little bit more here in this game.
They could. I don't think they
do
will.
A lot of things.
We shall see.
If you think you said the Packers win by a bunch, if that's the case, then he's just not going to play.
Yeah, but early in the game, I think he'll get his touches. I mean, the Falcons, you have to understand, are very, very poorly coached.
Should they fire their coach? Did you hear what Tim said on Wednesday's show, Gary?
No.
About how his number 1 pick for Jets' new coach is Jim Caldwell?
No, you didn't.
I stand by that 100%. The guy has improved every team he's gone to. Had a winning record with the Lions of all teams.
So your goal is to be a 9-7 team for the next 3 years?
My goal, if you could give me 9-7, 10-6 in frequent play, all Sam needs is a ticket punch to the playoffs. You get him into the playoffs, he can win any game that you put him in. That's all I need is an opportunity. Get him in the tournament, as Bill Parcells used to say.
There's so few coaches who are maybe bigger duds than Todd Bowles, and he managed to pick one who's at least on par in terms of just the deadpan when they cut to them on the sideline.
Yeah, no one's even can confirm that Jim Caldwell's still alive.
And it's him.
I'm sure he's very happy wherever he is.
He can just be weekend at
quasi-retirement.
I would take Jeff Wilson over Tevin Coleman.
Yes.
Goff, Cousins, or Lamar.
Oh, I'm going to take Lamar.
I'm going to say I might take Lamar too. It's Cousins or Lamar. I worry about Goff against this Bears D.
Yeah.
I do too. I think the Bears should win it outright.
Take Jackson.
Jackson, Cousins, or Allen. There, I'll take Allen.
I will also take Allen.
I guess I'll take Cousins.
But you just picked Jackson over Cousins.
It's a weird thing where he can't pick Josh Allen because he's a Jets
fan.
But
he just picked Lamar over Cousins. Now in the same scenario, he's picking Cousins over Lamar.
And he just picked...
No, sorry. I thought you were talking about a super flex. I was picking Lamar Miller, I thought. I misunderstood. I apologize.
That's a good attempt to say.
Sure.
Full point PPR. Need 2 or 3. Who should I start? Gus Bus, Ware, or Josh Adams? I would sit Josh Adams.
I would sit Josh Adams, yeah.
I too would.
Flash Gordon or Sam D for Jets?
What?
That's verbatim what it says.
It could be a super flex question.
Or it could just be an idiot.
Well, or it could be both.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll take Flash Gordon.
Yes.
I will take Sam. Sam's going to have a good day. You'll see.
If he's going to have such a good day, you were talking about saving all this money on DraftKings and how the best way to do that is at quarterback. Why don't you just do that?
Because I really think the Patriots are going to have a really big day.
You're really trying to curse the Patriots, aren't you?
I am doing no such thing. I don't believe in the dark arts. I'm just doing what I know. Gary knows what's going to happen in this game. He's seen enough Dolphins-Patriots games to know.
Yeah.
Julio Jones or Chris Godwin? He says, serious.
Oh, that's such a stupid question.
He says, serious question. Julio Jones might not be 100%.
He's super serial.
He's super serial.
Oh, come off of it.
No one believes
I'll take Julio.
me. Yeah, I'll take Julio
yeah,
too.
Of course you will.
Need 2 to start. Robinson, Sutton, or Humphries?
Robinson and Humphries.
I'll take Sutton and Humphries.
I'll take Sutton and Humphries, yeah.
Since my team is out of the playoffs, Pat, are you starting Mark Ingram? Well, sir, you are banned for life.
You still have 2 bands left, eh, Pat? Or Tim?
Tim, yeah. Broncos D, still good without Harris? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's about pass
rushing
opponent. Boyd, Galladay, Shepard, or Pettis? Half point. I'll take Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd.
Yeah, I will too, over Sterling Shepard.
Yes. Burton or Ingram? I'll take Burton. No, actually, you know what? I'll take Ingram. I'll take
Ingram. Burton.
They're both.
I'm going to take Burton.
Burton doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but here's my only saving grace for him is that when Talib's been healthy, the Rams have funneled a bit to the tight end. So
I like Everett better than both of them tonight.
Can you please make me an Everett wager against those 2?
How did Everett do last week, Tim?
He did better than Burton.
Did he?
Because Burton got a big fat 0.
Did he have a 0?
There you go.
What did Everett have? 1 catch?
Yeah, 1 catch for 7 yards.
All right, well, I mean, if it's a lock, then why won't you bet me?
I didn't say it's a lock. I just said I liked him better.
Well, I like the other 2 better.
Well, isn't that grand?
And I'll take the bet that both of them have to outscore Everett.
That's nice. Pass. We only make bets that I decide.
You're such a chicken. Why are you such a chicken?
No.
What's that like? What's it like going through life being such a coward?
Yeah.
I'm interested to know. Like, what's that like on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah. See, you can't intimidate, bully, or badger me. I am immune to those sorts of things.
Chiefs D or Cowboys D? This is coming off the heels of me goading Tim into a bet last week and him losing.
Chiefs D.
I like Chiefs D as well.
I like Chiefs D too, but I mean Cowboys should have a pretty good day too.
I mean, the Cowboys.
If the question is who has a better defense, it's the Cowboys. Who has a better fantasy defense? The Chiefs.
I'm with you. I just think it's very close, but I'm actually surprised to say I'm taking the Chiefs in terms of like who puts up more points this week.
Are you in Tampa Bay and that's the wind?
Tim was definitely outside smoking.
I am not.
Yeah, then you're having cigs indoors, which is just gross.
Because you're picking
No,
on
I'm
him.
not
And he just
doing
needs
that
to
either.
calm down a little
his
bit.
Stress levels are through the roof. He's gonna be like that. We have a lot of Simpsons references today.
Yeah.
But when Homer is in that therapy session, when he's insane, as the guy, I just couldn't leave my house. Why? Were the doors locked? No, I just couldn't go. That's Tim. Galladay, Lockett, Humphreys, or Godwin. Pick two. I actually like both Tampa receivers the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like this.
Just-
No, I
but
like
To
Galladay.
diversify, I would maybe say Godwin and Lockett.
I'm going to say Godwin and Lockett too, just to break it up. But I have Godwin and Humphreys back to back in the rankings.
Yeah.
I think they're both pretty good plays. Anthony Miller, Bruce Ellington, LeGarrette Blunt, Zay Jones.
Blunt.
I'll go pick two.
Blunt and
Jones.
I'll go Blunt and Jones too. I actually like Ellington.
Yeah.
Almost the same as Zay Jones, but I'll break it up a little.
The problem here would be just if Blunt has the best possible game he could have,
He's gonna
it's
win.
like 25 carries, which means Stafford only throws the ball 25
Yeah,
times.
they don't really correlate to one another. Sutton or Justin Jackson? That's a good flex question because that's a tough choice.
I'm playing Justin Jackson.
I'll
on
play
that
Sutton.
I'll play Sutton.
I'll play Sutton. Standard flex: Marlon Mack, Justin Jackson, or Diggs. Ooh.
I'll play Diggs.
I'll play Diggs.
Diggs sucks every time he's on the injury report.
Yeah.
Every single time. And he's still on the injury report.
I still trust him more than those two guys, though.
Yeah, I'll go Diggs too. Humphreys or Godwin, or replace one with Boyd. Start Humphreys and Godwin. I actually like Boyd better than both of them, so I'll play Boyd and Godwin.
Yeah.
I play Boyd and Humphreys.
Who should I start in my PME fantasy league this week? Feinberg or Garion?
Oh, Feinberg.
Always start Feinberg.
Garion's a high floor play. Feinberg's the ceiling play.
Would you say you're the Theo Riddick of the Pat Mayo experience?
I'm the Chris Carson of the Pat Mayo experience.
Josh Reynolds or Allen Robinson?
Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
I'll take Robinson too. I don't like that though. Lamar Jackson or Mitch Magic? I like Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah, I would play Trubisky.
I'm mad that game's not on the main slate because I would like Trubisky on DK.
Yeah,
I'm not because I'd like to watch the game by itself, and so I'm kind of glad they flex it.
Well, I'm more concerned about me than what you care about.
You're also watching the games from home. You could pick whatever game you wanted to watch by itself.
I can't. There's other.
You don't have to watch Bills Jets in Week 14.
I do, but then I'm
You
really excited to
don't
watch.
have
Cowboys
to.
Eagles.
It's not your fault.
I'm also going to watch a lot of Redskins Giants.
No.
Remember, people,
Yeah,
if you want to get in the draw for $20 DK, share this show on Twitter or on Facebook. And leave your DraftKings handle either in the comment section on Facebook or just reply tweet with me, and you're in the draw for 20 DK bucks. It says 3 minutes left here because the sweat starts in 3 minutes, which everyone should definitely go check out on the DraftKings Facebook channel and the DraftKings YouTube channel. But we got 250 likes here. We got some time. Inactives are coming in. We'll stay with you. We need the likes though.
Flacco inactive.
Flacco inactive.
If you are playing Chiefs D, you don't have to worry about that sort of weird wrinkle. Stop going out for a smoke.
I was putting down my teacup.
Cam or Luck? I'll take Luck.
I'll take Luck.
Yeah, I would take Luck as well.
Start two: Lockett, Sutton, or Adrian Peterson. I'll play
Peterson and
I'll play not
Lockett.
Peterson.
I'll play Lockett and Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Pick two: Brandon Cooks, Josh Gordon, Sutton, Godwin, DJ Moore. I'll go Cooks and Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Worried about Jameis with the weather?
No.
Would you play Luck over him? Of course I'd play fucking Luck over him.
Yeah, Luck is my most heavily owned quarterback this week.
Would you play Lamar Miller or Lame Miller, as this guy calls him? The bad news for his leg. He has a lame leg.
That's true.
Or Spencer Ware. I'll play Spencer Ware.
Yeah, I'd play wherever.
Yeah, I would too. Even though he's the worst.
Need two starters: Robinson, Sutton, or Humphreys.
Sutton and Humphreys.
I'm not playing Sutton.
I'll play Sutton and Humphreys.
Yeah.
Pick two.
Okay, Zach Ruggiero, you're getting banned too.
That guy's like the super fan of the show.
Yeah, well, I don't need him making fun of me and a gentle aquafit and cartwheeling.
Cartwheeling.
I'm overriding your ban on that one. That sounds great. I can't wait to get to that comment. Where's that?
I could do it. I've actually been practicing them at the pool.
Like on the pool deck or in the pool? Because one
In
of
the
those two
water.
things don't count.
In the water.
Oh, I can do a handstand in the pool. Doesn't mean
So
I can
can
do a
I.
handstand, Tim.
Well,
Also, cartwheels don't sound like gentle aquafit.
Yeah.
Someone could break a hip.
That sounds very vigorous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but be careful. Pick 2. Samuels, Dalvin Cook, Gus Boss, or Hump Daddy, standard. I feel like we had that one, and...
Did we?
I think
think
so.
we did.
Okay, maybe not. I was about to ban him for life.
I'm going to take Samuels and Dalvin Cook.
I'll take Samuels and Gus Boss.
I'll take Gus and Cook.
All right.
So we helped that guy with nothing.
Oh, this guy says, get banned. All right.
I think you really have a shirt opportunity on your hands.
Going into... Oh, people really are clamoring for
Yeah.
banned for life shirts.
I would wear a Banned for Life shirt around.
Well, then they be cursed for life. You're banned from wearing the Banned for Life t-shirt.
I'll do what I deem fit.
On view of cues now. You got any,
I wore that by accident. You know what? Never mind. Let's move on.
What did you wear?
No, let's move on.
Best punt play at tight end? I like Lacoste. Still.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot I love down below 3,000. So Lacoste, people might talk themselves into Ian Thomas. I'd rather play Lacoste.
Oh, I thought you were going to do somebody else there for a second.
Oh, Ian Leggett?
Oh,
Not even his name. Okay, so Garion, you're now on the update desk.
Yes.
You let us know about the actives and inactives that come in. Tim, you and I are just going to go back and forth here. You got 2 bans left because I've overridden your ban.
Yeah, well, I may not use them. I don't need to. I need to hold one in abeyance because people go nuts as soon as I use my last one.
All right. I might. If you don't use one in the next minute, I'm taking them away from you.
Well, I can't.
Mike Williams, Josh Reynolds, or Devin Funches PPR. I'll play Funches.
I'll play Williams.
Sutton or Edelman standard. I'll take Edelman.
Edelman.
Blunt or Ware? I'll still lean Ware. That's close though.
I will too.
Don't bet Jason Kroom to score first touchdown in the Bills game.
Why?
He's inactive.
Jason Kroom inactives. We got Kroom and Joe Flacco inactive so far.
Watkins also officially inactive.
He's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Kenny Golladay or Tyler Boyd standard. Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, agreed.
James White or Sony Michel?
T.Y. Hilton active.
T.Y. Hilton active. Great news. Fire up some T.Y. Get him in there. His ownership will be hurt too on DraftKings because he was a game time decision.
People don't like the Q. The red Q.
White or Sony?
I would play White in that question.
I think in PPR you always play White. If it is a standard league, I would play Sony Michel this week though. It doesn't say. Gus, Ware, Justin Jackson, or Wilson Jr.
Where?
I'll take in half point PPR.
I'd play Wilson Jr.
I play Wilson Jr. as well in half point. For flex, wow. Chubb or Julio Jones? Fuck, that's a good team.
Julio.
Yeah, what is this, a 6-man league?
I'll play Julio too. That's fucking fantastic. You know what? I'll play Chubb. Just give me if that's your team, just take the safe points.
Take the 16 points.
Sutton, Gus Bus, or Peyton Barber? I'll take Gus Bus.
Barber.
You love Barber. Justin Jackson, Anthony Miller, Jordan Reed need to. Don't play Jordan Reed.
Yeah, agreed.
Crowell is active for Tim's fantasy
For Tim's fantasy team, Crowell is in, so you can
you can mock him all you want. That's fine.
We will continue to mock all we want. That's what we do.
I can't be bothered. I can't be annoyed. I can't be riled up.
Yeah, you certainly don't sound annoyed whatsoever. It's been a minute. You've lost your bans for the day. So
I'm not going to use them indiscriminately.
If people want to get in on Tim, now is the time to do it. Unless I ban you for life. Graham, Brait, or Rudolph? I'll take he's Brait.
That was awful. I'll take Brait.
Let's hear yours again.
He's Brait.
Yeah. Your last one was better. That was better than your first one.
I agree.
Not as good as the second one.
Was the best. I agree.
Mixon, Cook, Coleman, or Ware? I'll take Mixon.
Mixon.
Devontae Parker or Traquan? I'll take Parker.
Yeah, agreed.
Prescott or Lamar? I'll take Dak.
Yeah, also take Prescott.
Yeah.
Dan Arnold, inactive.
He still might have a better game than Sam Darnold.
Very possible.
What odds would you give me on that? Realistic odds that I would pick an inactive Dan Arnold to outscore.
So essentially we're betting that
Sanchez.
Sam Darnold
scores in the minus.
is in a negative point situation. Okay.
Well,
that's got to be a 10 to 1.
No, won't because he could get hurt early in the game if his foot injury acts up again. And
if he gains a yard whilst getting hurt, you win the bet.
No, but I could see the Bills sacking him like on the first play and that
you don't lose points for a sack, Tim.
And then he fumbles the ball. And
you said he was going to have a good game, and you won't bet me the guy not playing won't outscore him.
I'm just worried, that's all, that things will be conspiring against him.
Amendola is active for when you run him back in the revenge spot, Tim.
Yeah, you don't need to play him. Lamar Jackson or Cam Newton? Cam Newton.
Newton.
Detroit or Philly D? I'll take Detroit D.
I'll take Detroit.
This guy says, Louis Anderson. I love this show.
Which, if you guys, there's still 90 minutes till kickoff. If you have 5 minutes, go watch Tim interview Louis Anderson.
Go to YouTube and type in Louis Anderson, Tim Anderson, and watch Tim's interview with Louis Anderson. It's fantastic.
That's my favorite thing ever.
Humphreys or Sony Michel? I'll take Sony Michel.
I'll take Hump Daddy. Why not?
Uzma or Jimmy Graham at tight end?
It's Uzama, and I will take Jimmy Graham because Uzama is unplayable.
He's not unplayable, but Jimmy Graham is
unplayable.
They're both terrible plays.
Kiki out.
Oh, yeah, they
Kiki
are.
is out. So Demaryius Thomas, you going to put him in now, Tim?
No, but like, what does Kiki play? These are like 2 games. Like people are crazy about him. Like, he never plays.
plays,
Like,
he
When
gets
he
7
plays,
targets.
he's been good.
yeah, he's played like 2 or 3 games. Like I don't know. People are obsessed with him, and I don't see it.
Foreman also not playing.
Oh, Dante is not, so don't need to worry about Lamar Miller, Tim. That's good news. You can get him back in
Yeah,
after all.
because I already got away from him.
But you can go put him back. You have an hour and a half to tinker with your lineups.
No, I'm saving it before I get my pro lines.
Stop playing pro line. Odds and lines are subject to change. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Tim, stop playing pro
So
line.
you won't play a pro line, but you also won't bet Pat that someone who you have claimed is the best quarterback in their division can't score more than .001 points.
Score over under 3.5, and I love playing those tickets.
Have you ever won one?
Yeah, once, which is what I got.
Josh Doxson is active.
Josh Doxson is active?
Yes.
Lamar Miller,
don't
James
know
White,
that.
or need 2. Lamar Miller, James White, Jalen Samuels. I'll go White and Samuels.
Yeah, no, I'm going to play Miller and White.
Seems strange. Brait or Reed? I'll take Brait.
Yeah, agreed.
Mack or Carson? I'll take Carson.
Agreed.
Chubb or Julio for flex? That guy already asked that. Banned for life.
And him for life.
Jeff Wilson or Josh Gordon? I'll take Jeff Wilson.
I'll take Flash.
You really hit that high note.
Yeah, well,
That's really sad. Bills or Chargers D? I'll take Chargers D.
yeah, I agree. Bills D could be in the minuses today.
But, can't bet Darnold to score more than 1
Hooper
point.
or Njoku? Full point PPR? I'll take Njoku.
I'll take
Agreed.
Njoku too.
Cook or Njoku? Jared Cook. That's verging on ban for life. I'll take Njoku.
I'll take
Ban him
Njoku.
anyway.
Carson or McCoy? Carson.
Yes.
Carson.
This guy's chasing Derrick Henry. Winston or Josh Allen?
Roll the dice with Winston. He has the higher ceiling.
You're not rolling
could
the dice
score.
with Winston. You're either playing Winston or rolling the
I
dice with
think
Josh
Winston's
Allen.
got the higher
Yeah, I
ceiling.
would say Winston still has a higher
touchdown
ceiling.
today.
Allen might have the higher ceiling.
He's
because
had
of the
like
rushing.
40 yards rushing the last couple games too. Like it's not like he's been.
Yeah, but Josh Allen rushes for touchdowns and then
true.
throws the ball 1,000,000 yards. Everyone's all over Godwin. What about Evans? He's a player. He just happens to be $2,700 more. That's why.
Yes,
people are
but
on
I
Godwin.
prefer Evans to Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
He-
I mean, Evans is
elite
a fine
player right
pivot
now.
off of like Keenan, who everyone's going to own this week. If you want to go that direction.
Yeah, I don't like Keenan at all this week.
Ouch. Where can I get my Ban for Life T-shirt? Old Tinker and Tim over here.
Yeah,
Josh,
I know. I promised that I wouldn't. I like Barney when he promised he wouldn't lick those windows at the brewery.
Josh,
That's what I'm-
Josh Allen or Derek Carr? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Tim.
I'm going to play Carr.
Please, okay, you have to bet me something. You can't say these ridiculous things.
It's not ridiculous.
Bet me
I
then.
like
Bet me. Quit being a fucking coward and bet me.
See, he couldn't bully me into making the bet through a calm tone of voice, so he decided to take the.
Well,
bad
you
tone
can't
of
go
voice.
out here recommending Derek Carr over Josh Allen and not have any fucking nuts to back it up.
I choose.
You have no. You have no. You are like. I don't understand your cowardice. I just don't get it. Why would
I
you
don't-
give me the reason you would play Derek Carr over Josh Allen?
Only because I
if you
think
can make a
Pittsburgh's
better, if you
defense-
can make a decent case, then sure. But I just don't get it. Just please
I
tell
just
me.
think you can exploit Pittsburgh's secondary, much like the Chargers did last week, and you can score on them, and therefore the Raiders at home should be able to, sort of like the way they did against the Browns, sort of like the way they did against the Chiefs, can put up points against defensive sort of soft back end. So I think there's an opportunity here for Oakland to score between 24 and 35 points. And if they do that, then Carr is probably going to be on the receiving end of some good points. That's all.
So bet me.
And I don't think that Buffalo with Allen's going to score that. I don't care. Plus, Allen's playing the Jets, and I just don't
Look,
want to.
this is not a crazy bet, Tim. I will say as a generally sensible person
I suspect
who is
Pat has sent
who is
you
a
a text
fair
try to-
arbiter.
Try to convince me into
You can
this.
see
You
me
can
on
see
camera.
him.
I see through your conspiracies. You won't fool me.
I'm just saying If you truly believe that way, even Pat only has Josh Allen as his QB 12. It's not like he's his QB 1. It's a fair bet. If you truly believe that, I don't think that's a terrible bet to take.
Well, I don't wish to make that
Okay.
bet. I'm just asserting what I think will happen, but I'm wrong all the time, so I could be wrong on this.
You got no nuts. You're like
Yeah, if you say
Varys.
so.
You're like Varys from Game of Thrones. You were castrated. Lowest ownership, and Raiders have a score to pass with Josh Allen or Russell Wilson. There, I will take Russell Wilson.
I would also take
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Tim will somehow take Josh Allen in that one. Like when
No,
he
I will not.
Like when he picked Lamar over Cousins. Then the next question picked Cousins over
Because I
Lamar.
He thought
misunderstood.
it was a super flex.
Let's see. Who is generally more triggered in real life? Safe Space Sam or Cussed? Probably Cussed.
I don't get triggered.
I feel like Safe Space Sam really just pushes it all down.
We didn't get over 300 likes, so we got to get out of here. So, need one. Traquan Smith, Allen Robinson, Jalen Richard, or Anthony Miller. I'll take Rocket Richard.
I'll take Richard.
Yeah, I will too. I was about to say Robinson, but then you said Richard, and I agree.
Where, Samuels, or Kittle? Would you use Samuels over Kittle at tight end? I would.
Kittle was the guy I said I wouldn't, so I'll take Kittle here.
No, not over Kittle. No.
Tim, you got no balls. That's what people are saying.
That if they want to say that, they go right ahead. It's like water off a duck's back. I can't be intimidated.
Sterling Shepard or Doug Baldwin? Last one. I would play Shepard because I don't know if Baldwin's going to play.
Yeah,
I think he's going to play, but I don't know.
Even if he does,
Agree
it's like
with
5
you.
targets. It's not too much.
Garion Thorne. Check him out on Twitter at Garion Thorne. If you are looking for the rankings to make these start-sit decisions, hit the comment section of the description or DK Playbook. The link to my updated rankings are all in there too. I would also like to thank, mainly for being a coward and not taking any bets, Tim Undergust!
Tim Andergust.
Not my name. At Tim Anderson 87. I bring the funny.
I appreciate everyone coming in to the chat this week. Thank you for liking the show. You can check out the first part of the real part of the show before we just started bickering and fake answering people's questions. Drake, Doug Martin, or Theo Riddick? Drake. That's not close. Bills D or Bears D? Paul's murmuring from behind the computer already, trying to distract me.
I think we just got to go.
Oh, we got to go?
Yeah, we got to go.
Whatever. All right, we got to go, apparently. I'll be on the sweat in like 30 seconds or something. I'm Pat Mayo. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.